When this guy wakes up, he's shocked to see demons around him, and even more shocked when he realizes he's a demon himself now. They call him Xiao Gan, a local weirdo that no one pays attention to. Feeling angry, he asks the system for an explanation and demands to know how such a massive mistake could have happened. The system apologizes and explains that a bug occurred during the rebirth process and cannot be corrected now, but if he gets killed once more, he'll be reborn as a human. Sounds simple enough, and our boy is already dreaming about marrying the hottest princess soon. He earned this after defeating the Demon King, but that bastard nuked our boy with his dying attack. Just then, the demons around him sense that humans from the Blue Guild are approaching. Knowing they don't stand a chance, they prepare to run. But Gon sees an opportunity and starts walking toward the approaching enemies instead of running away. The other demons feel confused by his actions and try to stop him. However, the hero argues that hiding will not solve anything. He claims that if he stays behind and holds off the humans alone, the others will have enough time to escape safely. Before he can leave, a mysterious magic circle suddenly appears above him, to which several massive rocks fall from the sky and block his path. Just then, the B-class demon queen Lu Bingyi arrives. She reminds him that they have grown up together and says that no one should be abandoned in a situation like this. The hero feels bad because he knows that if he cannot die, he will lose his chance to be reborn as a human. Feeling angry, he speaks some bad words for the demon queen, to which the archer Yan Tai and the other demons feel embarrassed. They decide that there is no point in stopping him and agree to let him do as he wishes. The hero explains that he has spent all this time hiding and running from place to place. If he wants to face the humans now, there is nothing wrong with that. He adds that even if he dies, at least he will die with dignity, so no one should try to stop him anymore. Saying this, Gan walks out of the cave and reaches the spot where the members of the Blue Guild are standing. When he mocks them, all of the humans leap at him to attack with their powerful weapons. However, before they can reach him, the demon archer Yan Tai suddenly joins the battle. Activating his temporary power mode, he throws multiple powerful arrows at the humans. The archer declares that it has been 3 years since he last experienced the excitement of fighting alongside the Demon King. After the Demon King's death, the demons offered little resistance, allowing humans to invade their territory repeatedly and treat demon lives as worthless. He then says that the hero's decision to stand against the humans is the correct one, and this choice has awakened the demons and reminded them that they should no longer continue living in fear. At that moment, the Demon Queen and the remaining demons arrive and join the battle against the humans. Seeing her B+ level power, the members of the Blue Guild get shocked. They had assumed that all demons were below B rank, and that defeating them would be easy. The Demon Queen activates her skill and throws a powerful attack toward the humans. Because of the strike, a huge hole gets created in the ground, causing the entire Blue Guild to be defeated instantly. In this way, our hero misses his chance of being reborn as a human. Instead, his current level increases as a result of the outcome. Meanwhile, at the Hua residence in the Yun Kingdom, an informer reports to Lord Demon Meidu that the drawbridge plan has failed. He explains that they had carefully timed everything, expecting Queen Bingyi to be surrounded by the Blue Guild. Their plan was to have the situation reach a desperate point, where warrior Wu Jun would lead demon soldiers to rescue her. After defeating the humans, he would embrace the queen and trigger the drawbridge effect, causing her to fall in love with him. However, the entire plan collapses when the queen and her subordinates suddenly enter a high-spirit state at the critical moment and completely destroy the Blue Guild instead. Hearing this, Meidu asks Demon General Hua An what their next move should be. The general replies that all military power is already under their control. As one of the 3 great demon commanders, he suggests that they will directly force the queen to marry his son, Wu Jun. He orders the lord to summon Wu Jun back that night and prepare the troops to march into the court the next day to propose the marriage. Meanwhile, Queen Bingyi is taking a bath in her palace. She thinks about how Hero Gan showed courage during the battle. She then instructs her blonde servant to bring the hero to her later, as she wants to reward him properly. Hearing this, the blonde servant assumes that the queen has gotten some feelings for the hero. Because of this, she immediately prepares to bring him to the palace. At that time, the hero is drinking alcohol at his home. The system informs him that he must allocate his earned points to his abilities. However, he refuses, knowing that increasing his power will make it even harder for him to die. He remarks that this place is far away from humans, so no one can come to kill him. While he is still thinking about this, the blonde servant suddenly arrives and tells him that the queen is calling for him. Seeing her, the hero brings her inside and asks her to kill him as she can do it easily. The servant realizes he is drunk and also gets some romantic feelings for him. But she also knows that he is meant to serve the queen today. Later, when she brings him to the palace, the queen tells him that due to his brave actions in the recent battle, she grants him the first-class Medal of Bravery. This medal allows him free access to the palace. She also offers him a special reward, the Killing King set, an item that can greatly increase his strength. Hearing this, the blonde servant gets surprised and realizes that the set is actually the former demon lord's sacred battle armor. However, our hero shows no interest in it, and by taking the suit, he leaves the palace. Outside, he notices an old man named Wei Ming, one of the 3 great demons of the Yun Kingdom. The old man feels confused about how the queen could give such a valuable item to a low-level warrior like Gan. He thinks that he himself has devoted his entire life to the Yun Kingdom, yet the queen has never rewarded him. Because of this, he decides that from the next day, he will support the demon general instead. At that moment, the hero approaches him and says that the suit is actually meant for him. He pretends that the queen recognizes Wei Ming's long and loyal service and has ordered him to deliver this gift as appreciation. Saying this, when the hero leaves, the old man feels ashamed for speaking badly about the queen. He changes his mind and decides to remain loyal to her for the rest of his life. After some time, the hero realizes that getting himself killed in the Yun Kingdom is far more difficult than he expected. The demons are surprisingly united, making it hard for him to find any dangerous situation. Because of this, he thinks about leaving and searching for another place where he can finally die. As he is thinking this, he notices Wu Jun, the demon general's son, returning to the kingdom. The hero hides nearby and listens to a conversation between Wu Jun and one of his servants. The servant informs the son that the demon general is ready to make his move the next day. He plans to lead the elite demon soldiers, represent the 3 great demon commands, and formally demand that Queen Bingyi marry Wu Jun in the royal court. The servant further explains that anyone who dares to oppose the proposal will be executed on the spot. Hearing this, our hero suddenly gets an idea and decides to remain in the kingdom for at least one more day. The next day, all the senior officials and soldiers gather in the conference hall, including Queen Bingyi. Lord Demon addresses the assembly, saying that after mourning the Demon King for 3 years, the queen has finally returned to the Great Hall, making it a day of celebration for everyone. He also points out that the human army is still 100 miles away and praises Great General Hua An for protecting the kingdom. Queen Bingyi also comments that the general has been leading the army and safeguarding the Yun Kingdom since her grandfather's era. At that moment, the general calls his son Wu Jun onto the stage and makes a surprising request. He tells the queen that since she and his son grew up together, she should now marry his son. Hearing this, the queen gets stunned and refuses the proposal. She states that such a marriage is impossible because she and Wu Jun do not share that kind of relationship. The general argues that no woman has ruled the demon clan's court in over 1,000 years. According to him, rumors are spreading across the kingdom, causing people to lose confidence in Yun's leadership. He insists that a marriage between the queen and his son would put an end to the growing doubts. Many of the gathered soldiers support this proposal. However, the archer Yan objects that the queen cannot be forced into a marriage against her will. At this moment, the hero Gan steps forward and takes the queen's hand. He tells her not to give in to the general's pressure and reminds her that she also has the right to live freely and enjoy her life. The hero then questions General Hua An, asking why he is acting like the one in charge when the queen is the true senior authority among them. The general gets angry at the hero's interference and replies that he has devoted his entire life to the kingdom of Yun. He then urges the queen to think carefully before making any decision. At this moment, both the archer Yan and the old man Wei Ming prepare to fight and order the general to leave the hall immediately. However, the general mentions that all military power is under his control and no one dares to oppose him. Seeing the situation getting worse, the queen stops everyone and announces that she agrees to the general's proposal. Hearing this, the hero suddenly laughs and calls her foolish for giving up so easily. He also mocks the general, saying that the queen stands above all of them and that this general's son is not worthy of her. When the general asks who could possibly be worthy of the queen, our hero reveals that a few days earlier, in a cave, he and the queen have already fallen in love. Hearing this, the general gets angry and states that the hero has committed a crime by disrespecting the queen in front of everyone, and as a result, he will be killed immediately. He then activates his powerful skill and gives a powerful punch to the hero's stomach. Because of this, our hero crashes back, but he feels good, thinking that he might return to his human life and reunite with his fiancée. At that moment, a massive explosion erupts from the general's attack. However, to everyone's surprise, our hero walks out of the fire without any injury. It is revealed that the military magic order has activated, blocking the fatal strike and saving his life. As a result, the hero's level increases by 40, and his demon class rises to A rank. Seeing this all, the crowd gets totally stunned. They realize that the queen has given him the military magic order, a rare authority that the demon king could only use once in a lifetime. Whoever possesses it gains a high position in commanding military power in the future. The queen then states that her grandfather and father once entrusted the military magic order to General Hua An, after which he began leading the 3 armies of the Yun Kingdom. Now she has once again passed the same order to the hero Gan. She declares that from this moment, the hero will serve as the right general, and together with the left general Hua An, he will lead the entire demon army. Hearing this, the senior officials and soldiers lower themselves in respect and accept the queen's decision. The general mentions that the military magic order proves the queen's trust in the hero. However, he questions how someone with no experience in leading troops can command seasoned demon soldiers. He agrees that dividing military authority is acceptable, but insists that the hero must first pass through the ancestor demon cave. He explains that ancestor Liu Yun is the only king of their clan, and only those acknowledged by the ancestors are worthy of ruling power. The old man and the queen object, knowing that no one has returned alive from that place in nearly 100 years. The general laughs at this and says that he understands they are afraid of it. But then suddenly our hero Gon declares that he is ready to go to that place. Hearing this, everyone gets stunned and recalls that 200 years ago, the demon tribe faced a great crisis. The ancestor demon king of the Liu clan sacrificed himself to save his people and sealed his remaining demonic energy inside a cave, waiting for the next chosen king to arrive. However, for the past 100 years, no demon has passed the test. The old man then says that entering the demon cave requires at least 2 people. He asks who will accompany the hero. The soldiers refuse, as they know how dangerous the place is. General Hua An states that the hero must find his own partner by himself. At that moment, Hua An's son, Wu Jun, steps forward and says he is willing to go with the hero. The general gets angry and asks why he made such a decision without permission. The son replies that he is stronger than the hero and will claim the throne after clearing the demon cave. After the meeting ends, the son returns to his palace. His servant tells him that Hero Gon is no match for him and advises him to kill the hero during the mission in the demon cave. At the archer's residence, the blonde girl warns the hero that Wu Jun is selfish and will likely betray him during the mission. Hearing this, the hero feels satisfied, as he already wishes to be killed by someone. Soon after, the old man arrives and gives the hero powerful buff and healing potions that may help him during the mission. Later, they all arrive at the entrance of the ancestor demon cave. The hero hands all his potions to Wu Jun, saying he does not need them. The blonde girl then activates a magic circle and asks both of them if they are ready to enter. As they agree, she uses teleportation magic to send them into the cave. At this time, no one knows the truth that the demon king who will influence the entire world is about to be born. When they enter the ancestors' trial, they find themselves in an area filled with D-rank bat monsters. The hero recalls the blonde girl's warning that the general's son will likely betray him during the mission. Because of this, the hero speaks up loudly that he is completely unprepared and wearing only a basic outfit, making his defense extremely weak. Hearing this, the son feels confused about why the hero is openly exposing his condition like that. In reality, the hero thinks that by saying this, the son may take the opportunity to attack him, which would help him achieve his desire of being killed. At that moment, the son suddenly activates his powerful flower strike technique. The hero feels satisfied, thinking the attack is finally coming for him. However, the strike is not aimed at him. A bat monster appears instead, and Wu Jun instantly destroys it with this attack. Soon after, multiple bat monsters emerge from the surroundings. The son throws more flower-based attacks and eliminates all of them very easily. After clearing the area, he remarks that the hero must have already detected the presence of the bat monsters earlier. This is why the hero intentionally exposed his weakness to lure the creatures out of hiding. As the son continues fighting the monsters, Hero Gon thinks to himself that he had hoped the son would betray and attack him. Instead, he has mistaken the situation and now treats him as an ally, drawing all the monsters toward himself. The hero feels disappointed since no one is trying to kill him anymore. However, he decides that he must somehow attract the monsters toward himself to change the situation. He opens his system interface and notices that 480 attribute points are still unassigned. He starts deciding where to allocate them in order to prepare for what is coming next. Meanwhile, Wu Jun finishes off all the bat monsters and notices that the hero has not made a single move. He assumes that the hero truly has no real strength, which is why he is standing still. At that moment, the ground suddenly starts shaking like an earthquake, and some enormous monsters, the A-rank messengers of the Demon King, emerge from the shadows. Seeing this, the son immediately launches his flower strike at one of the monsters. However, the attack has no effect on the monster. Instead, the monster destroys the flower energy instantly. The monster fires a powerful fireball at the sun, causing much destruction and forcing him to lose focus. Taking advantage of this opening, another messenger binds the sun with strong roots. When the sun notices that Hero Gan is still not taking any action, he feels embarrassed. At this moment, our hero allocates all 480 attribute points into his strength stat, decides to fight the monsters directly, and draw their attention toward him. Wu Jun then suddenly activates his full power state and breaks free from the root trap instantly. He counters with a fire attack, trying to eliminate the monster, but the creature's strong armor easily absorbs the damage. While the messengers are focused on the sun, the hero gets the opportunity and moves behind one of them for a surprise attack. When he delivers a single powerful punch, the monster gets defeated instantly. Seeing this, the remaining monsters release Wu Jun and shift their attention toward the hero instead. The sun also gets shocked that the hero managed to destroy such a powerful creature with just one strike. He assumes that the monster's weakness must be on its back, which is why the hero attacked from behind. At this moment, Hirogan feels satisfied as his plan finally works and all the monsters start targeting him. He observes that these monsters possess A+ level strength, meaning they are capable of killing him easily. However, before one of the monsters can attack him, Woo-jun suddenly gives another flower strike from behind. Because of this attack, the monster cuts down into multiple pieces instantly. Now only 3 messengers remain. The sun comments that the hero has formed a good strategy. One person draws the monster's attention, while the other attacks from behind when they turn around. As the battle continues, the monsters begin focusing on the sun again. The hero feels bad about this, realizing that despite his efforts to lure them toward himself, the sun keeps interfering and stealing the momentum. Feeling angry, the hero strikes another monster with a powerful punch and defeats it instantly. Following this pattern, the remaining monsters are taken down as both of them fight. Eventually, only one monster is left and our hero hopes that this final creature will kill him no matter what. Unfortunately, the sun steps in once again and cuts the last monster down before it can act. In this way, our hero loses yet another chance to be killed. The sun remarks that the strategy is effective and says that the hero seems to be someone worthy of facing him in the future. While they are talking, the ground suddenly starts shaking again. A massive dragon emerges from beneath the ground, and they notice that it is an SS-class demon king. The dragon states that it has been many decades since anyone has dared to enter the demon cave. It then acknowledges both the hero and Woo-jun, saying they have passed the assessment. It informs them that the final challenge now lies ahead, and they must proceed to the last stage. The dragon explains that they have 10 minutes, and within that time, only one of them can leave the demon cave alive. It further states that the survivor will be granted the title of king along with the rewards of the demon king. If neither survives, the dragon will personally kill both of them. Hearing this, the sun gets shocked and understands that the dragon is forcing them into a situation where the hero and the sun must kill each other. He thinks that he is the future of the Yun kingdom and cannot die here. But at the same time, he also recognizes that the hero is a dangerous and powerful opponent. Meanwhile, Hirogan feels satisfied, as this is another opportunity for him to be killed. This is why he starts removing his armor to reduce his defense and make it easier for Woo-jun to strike him down. The sun feels confused and asks why the hero is doing this. The hero tells him to attack him now so that the sun can claim the title of king. The sun questions what kind of strategy the hero is using, pointing out that he first gained the queen's trust, obtained military authority, and reached this point, only to now surrender to him. The hero comments that he is doing this just because the Yun kingdom cannot function without the Hua family. He further states that General Hua An has served faithfully for 3 dynasties and has dedicated his entire life to the Yun kingdom. He also says that Woo-jun represents the future of the kingdom, while the hero himself is someone useless, who cannot be compared to Woo-jun in any way. He decides that for the sake of the entire demon race, the hero must die immediately. Hearing this, the sun starts recalling his mother's words. She once told him that they are demons, and true strength can only be achieved through unity. Because of this, he now feels that the hero is actually a good person who is willing to sacrifice himself for the entire demon race. At the same time, he realizes that he himself has been selfish, only thinking about the title of king and personal power. While the sun is thinking this all, the dragon announces again that only 8 minutes remain before the punishment descends. Hearing this, the hero orders the sun to act quickly, insisting that he should attack him before time runs out. However, the sun refuses and says he wants to try another method. He then activates another skill, which causes a massive explosion, and he suddenly enters a temporary A+ power state. He then tells the hero that instead of fighting each other, they must join forces and defeat the Demon King together. Saying this, the sun leaps toward the Demon King's face to launch an attack. However, the Demon King immediately gives a powerful lightning strike to the sun. Despite the hit, Woo-jun does not lose focus and manages to land an attack, to which the Demon King gets some damage as well. The Demon King then locks onto Woo-jun as its target and strikes him with its tail, to which the sun crashes back badly. Seeing this, Hirogan thinks that if the sun dies here, he himself may become the next king, something he does not want to happen under any circumstance. At that moment, the Demon King releases another powerful breath attack at the sun. However, the hero suddenly steps in front and takes the full attack on himself, to which he gets some serious injuries. Seeing the hero's condition, the sun quickly throws healing and strength potions toward him, causing the hero's stamina to be restored once again. The sun then leaps forward again and starts attacking the Demon King with full force, but the power causes him to lose balance and fall to the ground. The Demon King prepares another lightning strike at him, but once again our hero blocks the attack and takes it on himself instead. Just like that, inside the cave, Woo-jun and Hirogan continue fighting the dragon until they manage to reduce the dragon's health to halfway. The sun remarks that they are close to victory and only need a little more effort to defeat it. However, the dragon suddenly activates a passive ability, causing its HP to regenerate 100,000 times per minute. Seeing this, the sun gets shocked, realizing that their attacks cannot keep up with the dragon's regeneration. At this moment, the dragon roars loudly, to which both Woojun and the hero start losing HP rapidly due to its pressure. As the dragon prepares a finishing strike, the sun understands that they have lost the battle. However, the hero tells him that only one of them needs to survive within the 10-minute limit. He says that if he dies, the sun can complete the trial and claim the title of king. But the sun feels confused about what the hero is talking about. Before anything else happens, the dragon launches a powerful attack. The hero immediately pushes Woojun out of the attack's path and takes the full strike on himself. Suddenly, the environment changes, and the dragon announces that the son Woojun has passed the ancestors test and has been selected as the strongest candidate of the clan. He explains that in the past, the ancestors sacrificed themselves to protect the demon people. For 200 years, every demon who passed the test ended up killing the other in the final stage just to claim the title. In the end, even those who survived were never truly qualified to become king. He states that only Woojun and the hero are different, as they supported each other during the battle and chose to face the trial together instead of fighting each other. At this moment, Hero Gan also appears alive again. It is revealed that the dragon's attacks were actually an illusion created to test their teamwork and loyalty. Seeing the hero alive, the sun gets totally stunned as he knows that the dragon has chosen the hero as the king of the Yun Kingdom. At the same time, the system notifies Gan that he has gained a large amount of experience points and levels. It also grants him an SSS class passive skill that increases his stamina by 100,000 per minute. Meanwhile, outside the cave, the queen and the others are also shocked to hear that both Hero Gan and Woojun have cleared the ancestor demon cave. Lord Demon remarks that if this is true, then the ancient prophecy may finally come to pass, where they are destined to encounter the demon king in this century. Queen Bingi states that among all demons in the world, a true king appears only once every few hundred years. Such a being carries a unique aura that separates him from all others, and through many trials, eventually becomes a revered figure. Hearing this, General Hua An says he was confident that his son Woojun would claim the throne by completing the trial. However, the old man Wei Ming confirms that the one who has been chosen as king is not his son, but the hero Gan. Meanwhile, our hero goes to a cafe and drinks alcohol alone because he is feeling bad about his victory. After leaving, he walks through the streets and notices that his HP has reached 100,000, meaning he can no longer die easily. While he is thinking about this, he suddenly senses that someone is watching him from a hidden place. When he goes to check, he finds a little demon boy named Tian Xiao there. The child gets scared when he sees the hero. He then hands him a letter and explains that he wants the hero to accompany him on a journey to the Bailing Demon Cave. Reading the letter, the hero learns that someone has invited the child to the cave in order to fulfill 3 wishes. The child also explains that he went to the cave immediately after receiving the letter, but he was not allowed to enter because he has not yet reached adulthood. At that moment, another man overhears their conversation and warns the hero to be careful, saying the letter looks like a scam. However, the hero does not agree, and instead asks the child whether it is true that any wish can really be granted inside the cave. The child replies that he was given this opportunity after paying a membership fee of 50,000 Yun coins and passing several tests. He adds that he has spent all the money he earned from working on this Bailing Club wish ticket. The child explains that his mother's heart condition is critical, and she has only about a month left to live. Because of this, he wants to enter the cave and use his wish to cure her. Hearing this, Hero Gan agrees to accompany him to the cave. However, he tells the child that he must give up one of his wishes in exchange. The child agrees to give 2 wishes instead, to which the hero gets amazed. The man who had warned them earlier, seeing that his advice is ignored, leaves the place. After some time, our hero and the child arrive at the entrance of the cave. When they scan the letter at the gate, the door opens automatically for them. Inside, a hidden observer watching through cameras notices them and comments that another pair has fallen into their trap. He instructs his subordinates to avoid injuring them too severely, as they are still needed alive for work. At this moment, a D-rank demon thug appears and leaps at the hero to punch. However, the attack has no effect on the hero due to his passive skill. Soon after, several more thugs arrive. The hero tells them that he has come to fulfill his wishes. Hearing this, the thugs laugh and mock him, saying that fools like him are easily trapped by such schemes. The hero asks again about the location of the demon clan's Fountain of Wishes. The thugs finally reveal that there is no such thing and it is all a fake story created to deceive people. They further state that they are part of the largest human trafficking organization in the Yun Kingdom. They lure innocent people into the demon cave using scams like this. If the victims obey, they are forced to stay and work for them for life. If they resist, they are brutally punished and their organs are sold. Hearing this, Hero Gan gets angry and gives a powerful punch to one of the thugs, to which the thug crashes back badly. He comments that ever since his rebirth, he has repeatedly faced these broken illusions and false setups. Seeing the situation worsen, all the thugs activate their full power. summon their armor, and boost themselves to B+ rank in order to fight him. They all rush at the hero at once. However, our hero is already frustrated by this and gives a single punch to all of them. The impact causes much destruction in the area, to which all the thugs crash back and their armors also get broken instantly. As the hero continues beating them, the thugs get scared and beg to show some mercy. They explain that they were also forced into this operation, and that the forces behind their organization are far too powerful for them to resist. One of the thugs even reveals that the person controlling them holds one of the highest positions in the Yun Kingdom. Hearing this, Hero Gon understands that the mastermind must be either General Hua An or someone directly under his influence. At that moment, a fatty man suddenly arrives, and our hero recognizes him as Chengdu Chao, the brother of Lord Demon. The fatty man remarks that the hero has managed to uncover his identity only because of the loose talk from his subordinates. This is why he uses a strange form of magic and eliminates all the thugs instantly. One of his underlings feels confused, claiming that the hero's face seems familiar, as if he has seen him somewhere before. The fatty man then states that since the hero now knows too much about him, he has no choice but to kill him on the spot. Seeing the situation, the hero remarks that the fatty man appears to be his strongest opponent so far. He then gives him a condition, stating that he has 10 minutes to kill the hero. If he fails, the hero will take action against him instead. The fatty man feels angry by his attitude and gives a powerful punch to the hero's face. Because of this attack, our hero falls back, but his skill activates and restores his health bar automatically. Seeing this, the fatty man feels confused about how the hero managed to withstand such a strong attack. He understands that the hero possesses a powerful ability. Our hero then orders him to continue attacking, reminding him that the 10-minute limit is already passing. The fatty man immediately leaps forward again and gives multiple powerful punches. Each strike causes much destruction, but the continuous attacks also drain his own stamina. Meanwhile, the hero's health keeps restoring repeatedly. The fatty man then uses another enhanced ability and lands another powerful punch to the hero's face. At that moment, the system notifies the hero that a passive ability has been activated automatically. It triggers after receiving 15 consecutive hits from an opponent and allows damage reflection back onto the attacker. Because of this effect, the fatty man suddenly coughs blood and wonders what kind of existence the hero really is. One of his underlings then remembers that the hero is the same person who previously confronted General Hua An in the palace. However, he still cannot understand how the hero has appeared here, since he was supposed to be heading toward the ancestor demon cave. The fatty man then comments that the hero is someone who rose to power by relying on Queen Bingyi. He declares that despite this, he himself is an A-rank demon with 2 demon hearts, and claims he is destined to become the future ruler of the demon clan. Saying this, the man summons his A-class armor and slams his fist into the ground. The impact sends shockwaves through the area, and the hero's HP starts dropping. However, once the condition of 15 consecutive hits is met, the hero's passive skill activates again, reflecting all the accumulated damage back onto the fatty man. Because of this, the man gets some serious injuries and his health bar drops critically low. Still, he feels confused about how this can be possible. At this moment, Hero Gan stands up and states that the 10-minute limit he gave is now over. He remarks that the fatty man was never able to deal any real damage to him, as his health bar is completely full. The fatty man admits that he has done his best to defeat the hero, but now he begs for his life, promising that he will obey any request the hero makes. Just as the hero prepares to finish him, Lord Demon, the fatty man's elder brother, arrives there. Seeing him, the fatty man's underling asks the Lord to save him. However, the Lord Demon states that the entire situation is caused by his brother himself. He adds that Hero Gan now has the authority to decide whether he lives or dies. The Lord then explains to the hero that this place is a military factory personally established by the former Demon King for weapon production. He admits that the misunderstanding happened due to his poor management and asks for forgiveness. But our hero mentions that he is not concerned with their explanations or affairs. As he turns to leave the place, the fatty man thanks him for sparing his life. At that moment, the hero remembers something important, that the fatty man had promised to do anything for him. The hero then asks whether it is true that he possesses 2 demon hearts, to which the man gets shocked. Afterward, Gan takes him to the hospital as he wants to remove one of his hearts to save Tianxiao's mother. When the doctors start his surgery, they reassure him not to be afraid, because he has 2 hearts, and removing one will not kill him. Outside the operating room, the child thanks Hero Gan, and says that because of his help, his mother will be saved. The hero reassures the child, but thinks about his own wish, returning to a human life and reuniting with his fiancée. Meanwhile, at the military factory, Lord Demon asks his underling whether the hero has discovered the energy storage device. The underling replies that the hero has not found it yet. He adds that they must protect it at all costs, as it is the most powerful energy weapon in the Yun Kingdom. Meanwhile, in the human world, the human army is preparing for the upcoming war against the demons. Inside a room, the hero's fiancée Liangna sits beside the hero's lifeless human body. She says that this battle was originally meant to be led by him, but now only his body remains. She expresses that she misses him so much and hopes they will meet again soon. On the other hand, Hero Gan watches a dream in which humans are attacking him. When they strike his shoulder, he remains completely unaffected. Feeling bad even in the dream, he gets angry and asks if there is truly no one capable of killing him. Suddenly he wakes up and finds himself resting in his demon palace. At that moment, the blonde girl arrives and informs him that the queen has summoned him for an emergency military meeting at the conference hall. When the hero arrives at the conference hall, Queen Bingyi addresses everyone and states that, according to scout reports, the leadership structure of the human army has changed. She explains that the humans appear to be preparing an early attack. This time, a force of more than 10,000 warriors has been deployed. She says this is why she has gathered the senior members of the Yun Kingdom to discuss strategy. General Hua An then explains that the last large-scale battle occurred 10 years ago, when the kingdom barely survived a human assault using its full military strength. He recalls that victory was only achieved through repeated guerrilla ambushes led by him and the Demon King, which eventually resulted in the enemy leader being taken down. However, he points out that back then, the humans only sent 5,000 soldiers. Now their forces are twice as large, while the demon army has not improved in strength. Because of this, he states that they have no choice but to defend their position and gradually weaken the enemy while waiting for an opportunity. He then orders his son Wu Jun to contact the alliance and request immediate reinforcements. Hearing this, Queen Bingyi asks Hero Gan for his opinion on the situation. However, the hero is thinking to himself that if 1,000 human soldiers attack him at the same time, his passive skill may not be enough to protect him, and he could finally be killed. He feels excited and suggests that the demon army should leave the city and confront the human forces directly on the battlefield. General Hua An disagrees with this, pointing out that this is a matter of life and death for the Yun Kingdom, and that the hero should not speak so casually about such a serious situation. The hero brings up the matter of the war from 10 years ago. He states that when the humans attacked with 5,000 soldiers, the demons barely managed to survive. Now the humans have arrived with 10,000 warriors, yet the general's only solution is to request reinforcements. He then asks what the kingdom will do if the humans send 20,000 soldiers in the future. The hero mentions that now he himself, the Demon King, is standing with the demon army. This means the military strength of the demon forces has already improved significantly compared to the past. Hearing this, many of the senior officials agree with the hero. They state that Gan is the greatest strength of the Yun Kingdom, and with him on their side, there is no reason to be overly concerned about the coming battle. However, General Hua An remains opposed to the plan. He argues that a direct confrontation with the human army could place millions of demon soldiers in danger. The hero mentions that victory never comes without a price, and that every battle involves risk. He says that if they want to win, they must be prepared to face whatever dangers lie ahead. He then remarks that the general has spent many years as a soldier, yet he still seems unwilling to take the initiative on the battlefield. According to him, that is why the general prefers to remain on the defensive. The hero then declares that he is willing to make a military pledge. He states that if the demon army loses this battle because of his decision, he will accept execution in front of the entire kingdom. Hearing this, everyone gets surprised, and the son Wu Jun thinks to himself that the hero has a unique ability to inspire people around him. Seeing the hero's spirit, Queen Bingyi agrees with him and announces that all troops will now follow Hero Gan's commands in the upcoming battle. She also states that she will open the city gates and order everyone to prepare for the enemy's arrival. After her order, the demon soldiers begin preparing weapons, supplies, and other materials needed for war. General Hua An speaks privately to several officers. He says that although he has fought in many battles over the years, the current human army is not only larger in number but also far stronger than before. He believes there is almost no chance of victory. Because he does not want unnecessary sacrifice, he orders the officers not to follow Hero Gan's command in the battlefield. He tells them to remain inside the city and assures them that if the queen questions this decision, he will take full responsibility. A few days later, the human army arrives at the border city of the Yun Kingdom. This time, they are equipped with advanced machines and powerful weapons. A senior officer observes the movements through a telescope and reports that General Shin has ordered them to eliminate every remaining demon in the area. Following the command, the human forces launch powerful missile attacks toward the Yun Kingdom. Seeing the incoming missiles, the demon soldiers quickly prepare and use their magic attacks to destroy several of them in midair. However, the number of missiles are too high, to which some of them strike the kingdom's walls and cause massive explosions. As the dust settles down, Gan notices that several human soldiers have already entered the kingdom using heavy machinery. At this moment, the general asks the demon officers whether they still remember his previous orders. The officers start discussing among themselves, unsure whether they should follow the hero's command or the general's instructions. Suddenly, our hero gives a clear order for all officers to remain inside the city and forbids anyone from leaving. The officers and even the general get shocked to hear this, as they did not expect this command. The hero declares that this battle will be handled by him alone, as he is the king of the kingdom. Saying this, he activates a speeding skill and leaps toward the human soldiers. All human soldiers immediately aim their weapons at the hero. Among them, a mage named Lu Renjia feels confused about why the hero has come alone. He suspects it might be a trap, especially since many demon forces are still positioned on top of the city walls. At the same time, General Hua An also cannot understand why the hero ordered everyone not to assist him, even though 10,000 human soldiers stand directly in front of him. Our hero then begins removing his armored clothing. As his defense drops, his body becomes more exposed and easier to damage. He tells the human army that he has heard they are very strong, and challenges them to attack him to prove it. Seeing the mage Lu Renjia, the hero recalls that this man once served under him when he was still human. He did not expect him to rise to a position of command in the human army. The hero then mocks the entire human force. Hearing this, the mage gets angry and immediately orders all soldiers to attack the hero at once. They open fire at the hero, and the mage also launches multiple slashing attacks on his body. Because of these strikes, the hero's HP drops slightly, but his passive skill activates instantly and restores his health bar back to full in a moment. Seeing this, our hero feels bad and orders the human army to attack him with their full strength, stating that these weak attacks are not affecting him at all. The mage notices that the hero's regeneration ability is far stronger than expected. He contacts the second unit and commands them to join the battle and assist in attacking the hero. Soon after, the second team arrives on the battlefield and gives a powerful laser strike toward Gan. This time, the hero feels satisfied, as this attack is strong enough to give him much damage. Seeing all this, General Hua An feels confused about how this situation is even possible. He thinks that if the hero is truly prepared to face the entire human army alone, then there must be some deeper plan behind his actions. But he wonders how the hero will counterattack and what kind of strategy he is using. At this moment, Gan's HP begins to drop again. However, his passive skill activates once more, and the reflected damage strikes back one of the human soldiers with the same force. Because of this, the soldier gets serious injuries, but before dying, he warns the others to stay away from the hero, saying he is far too dangerous. Seeing the situation getting worse, the mage orders his troops to stop their attacks for a moment. He thinks about General Shin's earlier report, which mentioned that the Yun Kingdom once produced an SSS-ranked demon king with an abnormal recovery ability. That demon king had once destroyed several human nations alone and captured 3 major demonic strongholds, restoring the demon race's power against humanity. The mage feels puzzled about how the hero Gan seems to possess the same kind of regeneration ability as that long-dead demon king. While he is thinking this, our hero's health bar suddenly refills again. The hero becomes angry and questions why the human army has stopped attacking him. Seeing the hero's ability, the others get totally stunned. However, the mage says that the enemy they are facing is not ordinary. He orders everyone to stay calm and stop all attacks. He explains that their mission was only to lure out the strongest demon force, and now that they have identified the hero, their objective has already been completed. Saying this, Lu Renjia and the human soldiers decide to retreat from the battlefield. But the blonde girl, who is watching everything from above, orders the demon warriors to mount their dragons and pursue the retreating human forces, as they cannot be allowed to escape so easily. When the human army notices a large demon force approaching, they get completely shocked. The mage also realizes that he has already used his ultimate skill against the hero, and it is now in cooldown, leaving him unable to fight properly against the incoming demons. At this moment, General Hua An activates his A+ ability and orders all officers to follow Hero Gan's commands, stating that the hero is truly trustworthy. But then suddenly a messenger arrives to report something important. He explains that the humans have deceived them. The attacking force at the front is only a diversion designed to draw them away. He mentions that a powerful human army has attacked the Yun Kingdom from the West Gate and has already defeated many senior demons stationed there. Meanwhile, at the West Gate, a strong human force has indeed appeared and is causing much destruction there. Queen Bingy and the old man Wei Ming are also injured. They state that the senior human hunter is extremely powerful, as he is responsible for causing all this mess. As the queen considers how to escape the danger, General Hua An suddenly arrives on the battlefield. He throws a massive fireball toward the human forces, instantly defeating one of the enemy soldiers. Seeing the general, the senior hunter remarks that the general appears strong, suggesting that the battle will become more interesting from this point onward. At this moment, the general notices that the hunter is surrounded by a purple aura, indicating that his power far exceeds that of ordinary humans. Realizing this, the general transforms into his A+ dragon form, boosts all of his abilities, and declares that he will eliminate the hunter as well. A few minutes earlier, at the southern gate of the Yun Kingdom, both the human and demon armies are engaged in a fierce battle. Seeing this, our hero wishes that the enemies would attack him with their full strength. However, the soldiers are too focused on other targets and do not pay much attention to him. Feeling embarrassed, he remarks that ever since he reincarnated into this broken body, no matter how much he tries, he cannot manage to die. Looking up at the sky, he questions what the gods truly want from him. At that moment, a powerful lightning strike descends from the sky and hits the city, causing massive destruction and kills many soldiers. Then suddenly the hero notices two human soldiers attacking a weak demon and dragging his young daughter to torture her. Seeing this, the hero gives a powerful punch at one of the human soldiers, to which the soldier crashes back hard. Realizing the situation is getting worse, the two soldiers tie up the young demon girl and leap at the hero together. However, Gan gives a simple strike, to which both soldiers' health bars decrease instantly. The soldiers get stunned and cannot understand how such a casual attack could possess that level of power. They also wonder about what kind of person the hero truly is. Our hero then asks for their identities. The soldiers reveal that they belong to the 21st Legion and are members of Squad 511. Hearing this, the hero suddenly releases them, as it was the very squad he commanded during his time as a human. Taking advantage of the opportunity, the two human soldiers escape from the area, but our hero feels confused about what is happening in this world. As he looks around the destroyed city, he notices several familiar scenes. He sees a child crying beside his mother's body after she is killed during the human invasion. At that moment, he also notices a demon dragon flying across the sky, to which he immediately remembers an old memory. He recalls that 6 years earlier, when he was still human, he personally led an army against a demon kingdom known as the Yun Kingdom. During that campaign, the final opponent he defeated was the very same demon dragon. The battle had been so one-sided that he had nearly forgotten about it. Recalling these memories, Gan finally realizes the truth that he has not simply been reborn into another world, he has actually returned to 6 years in the past. Even so, several questions remain unanswered. He cannot understand why he is not leading the human army in this battle, nor does he know where his original human body is at this moment. Meanwhile, his fiancée Liangna is still beside his lifeless human body. Looking at him, she thinks about how the hatred between humans and demons continues to grow. However, she believes that Gan was always different from everyone else, because he fought wars to protect others rather than for conquest. Back in the Yun Kingdom, the hero recalls that Squad 511 was once a unit known for its strong convictions and strict discipline. After defeating the demonic dragon during that campaign, the soldiers had even chosen to release the captured demons instead of harming them. Thinking about the past, he suddenly notices several human soldiers are beating Tianxiao and his mother. They cast a spell on the woman and discuss about how to torture her further. Seeing this, our hero gets angry and realizes that the actions of these soldiers are completely unacceptable and cannot be forgiven. Meanwhile, General Hua An recalls a moment from the past when one of his soldiers informed him that his wife had given birth to a baby boy. Hearing the news, he was amazed and decided to protect both his son and the Yun Kingdom with his life. Remembering those days, the general engages himself into battle against the senior human hunter with everything he has. However, the hunter dismisses him, stating that the general is only an ordinary A+ rank warrior and that defeating him will not be difficult. The hunter immediately activates a powerful skill and charges forward. With incredible speed, he unleashes multiple sword strikes on the general's body. The attacks inflict severe injuries, forcing the general to revert from his dragon form back to his normal demon form. The general realizes that the hunter's strength far exceeds his expectations. He thinks that there may be no one on the battlefield capable of matching this opponent. The hunter then remarks that he is still not satisfied, and decides to end the battle by cutting off the general's head. Just as he moves his sword, the general's son Wujun suddenly appears and blocks the strike with his arm. Seeing his son step into the battle, Hua An gets shocked and orders him to leave. He warns him that the hunter is far stronger than him, and that staying will only put his life at risk. But the son refuses to retreat and states that his father has always viewed him as a useless son. He recalls his childhood, when a teacher once asked him who he admired most. Wujun proudly answered that he admired his father because his father was the man who led armies into battle and protected the kingdom. That answer earned him first place in a military evaluation. Yet when he excitedly shared the achievement with his father, the general didn't feel happy. Years later, after becoming an adult, Wujun once again ranked first in a major military assessment. Even then, his father failed to acknowledge his accomplishment. Thinking back on those moments, the son says that no matter how hard he tries, he can never seem to earn his father's approval. Even so, he declares that things will be different today. No matter how powerful the human hunter may be, he will defeat him with his own hands and finally prove his strength. Saying this, Wujun activates his A+ ability and charges toward the human hunter. Seeing him move, two other human soldiers immediately prepare to support the hunter. However, when the sun launches his first attack, everyone on the battlefield gets stunned. His strike shatters the hunter's sword and armor, while the shockwave instantly cuts down the heads of the two nearby soldiers. Seeing such overwhelming power, the hunter realizes that the sun is completely different from any demon he has faced before. The sun then activates his flower skill, causing a bright light to spread across the battlefield. Seeing this, General Hua-an gets astonished and realizes that his son has already surpassed him in strength. At that moment, the general also recalls another memory from the past, when his son once again ranked first in a military examination. The general reflects on how he named his son Wu Jun, because he wanted him to live a peaceful and ordinary life. However, from a young age his son was always drawn toward the military path. The general remembers visiting his wife's grave and asking why their son was so determined to pursue the most dangerous profession possible. He recalls how, when she was still alive, she always trusted him to lead the armies into battle while she took care of everything at home. Now that she is gone, the general feels confused about how he has to handle his son, as he never wanted him to become a soldier and lose him. As the general is recalling these memories, Wu Jun activates his dragon breath skill and throws a powerful attack at the human hunter, which causes much destruction. However, as the dust settles, the sun sees that the human hunter is still alive and has blocked the attack using another powerful sword. Seeing the weapon, General Hua-an gets shocked, as he has recognized what kind of sword it is. The hunter then sends a normal strike toward the sun. Even though it appears simple, the attack is so powerful that it slices through the building behind him. But before it can hit Wu Jun, the general steps in and takes the strike at himself to protect his son. The son gets worried for his father, but the general says that his son is the most exceptional warrior he has ever seen. He believes that in the future, he will become one of the greatest demon leaders in the world. This is why he must have to survive at any cost. The general then explains that the sword used by the human hunter is from the abyss of sin, meaning the wielder has likely killed an SSS-class demon king or even stronger beings. He admits that even if the entire Yun kingdom fought together, they would not be able to match this opponent. However, he reveals that he has kept a final trump card for decades to protect the kingdom. At that moment, a powerful barrier known as the Wall of Life forms around Wu Jun, which can block all physical attacks. The general himself remains outside the barrier, as he is ready to sacrifice his life for the kingdom and his son. Meanwhile, Old Man Wei Ming grabs the queen and the son to pull them away from danger. The human hunter prepares another attack on the general, but suddenly Demon Lord Chang arrives and stops him. He states that they cannot allow these demons to die so easily, and also shows a demonic core to the hunter. He explains that the demons were only guarding this core, but he has brought it as a gift for the human forces. In exchange, he just wishes to join the human army himself. The hunter places his sword at the Lord's neck and demands to know why he should trust him. The Lord mentions that his Jiang clan has guarded the demonic core for generations within the Yun kingdom. He explains that since the first demon king, Liu Yun, unified the demon continent, his ancestor Chang Long served as the king's most trusted founding marshal. He says that every demon king is supported by 3 demon generals, one specialized in magic and governance, one in combat and military command, and another in leadership duties. He states that his clan is unique because they do not rely on spells or brute strength to secure their position. Instead, their role is tied to the demonic core itself. He says the core was preserved by Liu Yun and contains the essence and bloodline of their founding marshal. Only his clan has the ability to unlock it or transfer its power to others. The human hunter reflects that the demonic core is known as a massive energy source that gathers the vital energy and spiritual power of the demon race. He recalls that each core is created using a crystal from an ancient demon king and refined over many generations, often requiring decades to fully form. He then questions why the Lord would hand over such a valuable item so easily. The Lord releases the core onto the ground and admits that he simply wants to survive, as he has no real combat or magical ability. Seeing this, Queen Bingi feels disappointed and questions why he is betraying the Yun kingdom. She states that it is shameful to side with the hunter, especially since he has killed many demons, including the Lord's own brother. In response, the hunter throws the severed head of the Lord's brother toward him and asks if he recognizes it. The Lord stays calm and says his brother deserved to die for challenging a stronger opponent. He adds that if demons knew humans were stronger, they should never have started the war in the first place. Hearing this, the hunter feels satisfied, and by taking the demonic core, he decides to accept Lord Chang into his human army. At that moment, Old Man Wei Ming activates a powerful shield, protecting Queen Bingi and General Hua-an from the incoming danger. Lord Chang suddenly throws his own blood onto the demonic core, triggering its hidden power. Because of this, the core explodes and strikes directly at the human hunter. However, the Lord's own body starts burning because it is a cost he has to pay for using the skill. To everyone's shock, the hunter also summons a thunder dragon, which absorbs and blocks the explosion. The hunter then states that the Lord has made a fatal mistake by revealing a hidden attack without understanding the true abilities of his opponent. As the Lord attempts to reach for the demonic core again, the hunter picks it up himself and declares that all of them now have to prepare for the punishment. He remarks that he did not expect to obtain the demonic core in such a small country, suggesting that this place may truly be the birthplace of the Demon King. He then activates another device attached to the Thunder Dragon's neck and commands it to eliminate all demons in the area. The device forces the dragon into a berserk state, and it immediately charges toward General Hua An. Seeing the situation getting worse, Old Man Wei Ming raises his shield again to protect everyone. However, the hunter suddenly moves behind him and inserts his hand into the old man's. General Hua An attempts to counterattack with his arm, but the hunter easily catches it. He activates a judgment skill and analyzes the general's strength, which is 1482 and is far too low compared to his own power. To completely disable him, the hunter breaks the general's arm, causing him to scream in pain. At that moment, Wu Jun leaps forward to attack. The hunter dodges easily and scans him as well, discovering that this boy has a strength of 2745. He notes that the son is considered the next Demon King candidate, but judges that he is still not worthy of the title. The hunter moves behind the son and kicks him in the face, to which the son crashes back. To prevent further resistance, he breaks the son's leg as well. He then declares that regardless of their stats, all demons are far weaker than him. After that, the hunter activates his copy ability, creating multiple clones of himself. These clones share the same strength as the original, while the main body can teleport between them. One of his clones grabs Queen Bingi and states that he often wonders why demons exist at all if they are so weak. He then realized that their only purpose is to entertain him. As he beats up the queen as well, General Hua An admits that they have lost this battle against the humans. However, he says that if they are going to die, they should face death together as one. Seeing the general's bravery, the hunter captures Wu Jun and says he can spare his son's life. But in return, he demands that the general kneel before him. At first the general refuses, but realizing it may be the only way to save his son, he finally sits down before the hunter. The hunter then tells the son that if he wants his father to live, he must also do the same thing. The son refuses, but in response, the hunter inserts a sword-like strike into General Hua An's chest and cuts off his remaining arm. Seeing his father severely injured, Wu Jun finally sits down and begs the hunter to spare his father's life. The hunter remarks that since both of them are now begging for mercy, it becomes difficult for him to decide whose life should be spared. Hearing this, General Hua An suddenly forces himself forward and drives the hunter's handsword into his own chest. However, the hunter shows no mercy and states that the general has broken the rules by acting independently, and therefore the hunter withdraws his promise to spare anyone. As the hunter turns his attention away, the son gets the opportunity and leaps forward to attack. But the hunter senses this move and inserts a sword into the son's chest as well. After this, he summons heavy chains and binds all the demons on the battlefield. He then strikes Wu Jun with normal attacks, as if testing how much pain he can endure. Climbing onto his thunder dragon, the hunter declares that it is time for the final celebration. He decides to inform Vice Captain Bao Li, who is currently fighting on another front, about the victory. However, when he makes the call, someone else answers instead, stating that the hunter has grown far stronger than before. Hearing the voice, the hunter becomes worried and asks where Vice Captain Bao Li is. At that moment, our hero Gan arrives carrying the injured body of the vice captain. He states that after observing the situation, he has understood what is happening, and he did not expect the hunter to sink this low just to obtain power. He adds that the crimes committed here are more than enough for the hunter to be defeated immediately. Seeing the hero, the hunter assumes he is just another low-level demon like the rest. This is why he leaps forward with his sword to attack him. However, our hero gives a normal punch to the hunter's face, to which the hunter crashes back very badly. The hero grabs the hunter by the neck and demands to know which sin's punishment he must deliver next, as the hunter has committed countless crimes against both demons and humans. Seeing this, the vice captain, still lying on the ground, realizes something is completely wrong. Ever since he encountered the hero has shown unusual concern for human lives. He recalls a time when he tortured a child and the child's mother inside the city. He had summoned multiple ice clones to assist him. While holding the mother, he ordered the clones not to kill the child, wanting the child to watch as he toyed with the mother. At that moment, the hero Gan suddenly appears and destroys all the ice clones instantly. Getting shocked, the vice captain then summons a much stronger A-rank ice clone, but the hero easily destroys it as well. The hero then delivers a powerful slap to the vice captain's face, sending him to the ground and draining his health bar completely. At that moment, the system notifies the hero that he is leveled up. It also grants him a new skill that allows him to replace one of his current abilities with a skill taken from any defeated opponent. The hero orders the vice captain to reveal the truth about what has happened with the human army. The vice captain explains that the original captain of the 511th Army is Sha Feng Liao, and the vice captain is Wen Hua. About half a month ago, Manhwa held an engagement banquet outside the camp. On that day, Captain Feng Liao does not attend. During the event, he himself and a stronger hunter named Xingjia Biao take action. While everyone is drunk, they secretly enter the vice captain's tent. There, they force him to file a false report against Captain Feng Liao to the guild, accusing him of taking bribes from a neighboring country and planning a rebellion. However, the vice captain refuses to betray the captain no matter how much pressure they put on him. In response, they harm his fiancée in front of him to break his will. Because of this, the vice captain suffers severe internal injury as his emotions spiral out of control. The hunter then gives him one final demand, asking whether he will help bring down the captain, to which the vice captain still refuses. As a result, the hunter kills both the guy and his fiancée on the spot. He also leaves the captain's usual dagger at the scene. When others arrive and see the bodies, the hunter blames all the crimes on the captain. He then leads the army straight toward the captain's base, intending to kill first and report later. However, they do not expect that the captain has already left the camp long before. He even leaves behind all his personal equipment and weapons, including a powerful sword that the hunter Shin later begins using in battle. Afterward, the hunter claims that the captain's rebellion has been exposed. He says that in panic, the captain committed crimes against his comrade's fiancée, killed her, and escaped. Using this story, he requests the highest level arrest warrant. As a result, the captain is officially branded a military criminal. The military also replaced its leadership before the battle, and with his father's recommendation, Hunter Shin was appointed as the supreme commander. After explaining everything, Vice Captain Bao Li feels confused about why the hero Gan is so interested in human affairs. The hero then asks whether no one ever questioned what really happened. The vice captain replies that some loyal supporters of the captain did resist, but they were all eliminated by the hunter before they could do anything. Finally, the vice captain begs the hero to release him, saying he has already explained everything. Instead, the hero drives a dagger into the center of his legs, causing him to scream in pain. At that moment, another demon girl arrives carrying an armor suit for the hero. She explains that it is the same armor he once gave to the old man Wei Ming, but the old man had always kept it safe for him. She adds that this time, the old man foresaw a major crisis and ordered her to hide in the cellar. He also instructed her to give the armor to the hero and urged him to leave the Yun kingdom, believing he must survive as the kingdom's last hope. The girl reports that she has just received a magical message from the old man, warning that the queen and others are trapped in danger. The hero puts on the armor, to which his strength increases instantly, and he reshapes the armor into a casual form. Doing this, the hero grabs the vice captain and orders him to guide him to the location where the human hunter is currently fighting the demons. Now in the present moment, our hero beats the hunter very badly. However, the hunter suddenly escapes by transferring his consciousness into one of his clone's bodies. From there, he checks the hero's status and notices something unusual. The hero's strength is above 4,000, while his other attributes appear very low. Assuming this imbalance is a weakness, the hunter sends all his clones toward the hero to attack. But to his shock, the hero gives a single punch to all of the clones at once, to which they crash back instantly. Seeing this, the hunter gets stunned and cannot understand how the hero's power is so overwhelming when nothing special appears in his status display. He checks his abilities again and notices that the opportunity value cannot be detected. This makes him realize something is seriously wrong with the boy. He compares his stats with the hero's and concludes that there is no way the hero should be faster than him. He tries another attack and sends one of his clones to ambush the hero from behind. However, the hero Gan senses the attack in advance and destroys the clone before it can land a hit. The hero then asks whether the hunter is truly relying on the faulty data shown by his skill. In reality, the hero holds the title of Demon King, which hides his true abilities from detection. His actual power is already 3 times higher than what appears on his status screen. When the hunter sends more clones, the hero moves with extreme speed and defeats all of them instantly. Seeing the situation turning against him, the hunter realizes he cannot defeat the hero directly. He then shifts tactics and sends clones toward the hero's demon companions, who grab them by the neck. He warns the hero to stop attacking or he will kill the queen on the spot. The hero stops at the place, to which the hunter feels good and asks what he will do next. He comments that it is true the hero is fast, but warns that if the hero tries to save one companion, the other will be killed immediately. Despite this, the hero moves forward, destroys one of the clones and quickly rescues the warrior Wu Jun first. The warrior asks why the queen was not saved first. The hero tells him to look behind, as the queen has already been saved. In reality, our hero had already summoned an ice golem using a skill copied earlier from Vice Captain Bao Li. The golem successfully protects and evacuates the queen and the other demons. Seeing this, the vice captain feels confused about how the hero managed to learn such a technique. While the golem continues fighting, the hero remarks that it possesses power equal to his own, making it extremely difficult for the hunter to defeat it. The vice captain thinks about the ice golem and recognizes it as a dark cloud skill he once obtained by chance in the demon cavern. Although the skill is extremely powerful, it has two clear weaknesses. First, it can only be activated when a water element is present. Second, the creation of the ice golem consumes the user's blood. The more blood used, the stronger the golem becomes. When the hero states that the golem is as strong as himself, the vice captain realizes that the hero must have sacrificed nearly all of his blood to create it. Understanding this, he warns Hunter Shin that there is no need to waste effort attacking the ice golem. Instead, he should target the hero's real body, which is now at its weakest state. Hearing this, the hunter feels confident and immediately rushes toward the hero. He attacks with a series of powerful strikes, each one causing small explosions on impact. When the dust clears, he gets shocked to see that the hero remains completely unharmed. He continues attacking again and again. Each hit shows the hero's HP decreasing, but the hero does not fall or show any signs of defeat, to which the hunter feels confused. When he checks the status once more, he sees that the hero's HP is already fully restored. He then realizes that it is not just the status data that is unusual. The hero's entire presence and aura feel abnormal. At that moment, the hero summons his weapon and asks if the hunter has already used all of his attacks. Suddenly, a thunderstorm begins, with lightning striking on the battlefield. The hunter feels encouraged by this change in weather and uses the lightning energy to create even more clones. The hero orders the ice golem to stay and protect the other demons, while he deals with the enemy himself. Watching the hero's movements, Vice Captain Bao Li thinks to himself that the hero has always shown concern for human lives, meaning he may not truly belong to the demon clan. The hero then points out that the thunderstorm brings not only lightning but also a large amount of water. Using this advantage, he summons multiple ice golems to fight against the hunter's clones. As both the hero's forces and the hunter's subordinates continue fighting, the hunter notices that his pet dragon is not participating in the battle. Meanwhile, the hero leaps forward and defeats several clones on his own. Seeing this, the hunter realizes that a direct confrontation with the hero is a losing strategy. He has already analyzed the hero's abilities and understands that although the hero has strong healing, every attack still drains his blood. The hunter decides to change tactics. He prepares to use his SSS-class sword, Lei, planning to end the fight with a single strike. While he is formulating his plan, one of the ice golems suddenly locates him and drives a sword into his chest from behind. But the hunter immediately pulls out the sword and transfers his consciousness into another clone using teleportation. Seeing this, Vice Captain Bao Li realizes that the hunter is using lightning to continuously create clones and switch between them. As long as the hunter does not reveal his real body, the hero cannot kill him. He also notes that the ice golem has a limited duration. No matter how much blood the hero uses, it cannot be maintained indefinitely. At that moment, the hero states that he has no intention of letting the hunter escape or die so easily. He states that the hunter must be punished for every crime he has committed with a slow death. For that reason, he continues targeting only the hunter's clones. He already understands that each clone is linked to the original body, and any damage or pain suffered by a clone is directly transferred to the hunter himself. Hearing this, Hunter Shin gets shocked and wonders about how the hero has discovered this hidden connection. As more clones are destroyed, the hunter also feels serious pain in his real body. Seeing the battle turning against him, the hunter channels all of his remaining power into his SSS-class sword and prepares to give a final attack to the hero. He declares that with a single strike from this sword, the entire demon clan will be wiped out, as if they never existed. Meanwhile, the hunter's pet dragon begins recalling its past. It remembers when it was still in the form of a cat and was being chased by human soldiers. To stay away from them, it hid in a tree. There, it got surprised to find another child already sitting on the branches, and he was nothing else but our hero Gan. Instead of attacking it, the hero offered it cookies, and from that moment, they became friends. The hero once spoke about how humans and demons are again at war over magic crystals, leaving many people starving. He hoped that the war would end soon. As the dragon remembers these events, the hero calls back his sword, Lei. In response, the hunter's weapon suddenly deactivates and returns to the hero's hand, because it originally belongs to him. Seeing this, the hunter feels confused about how this is possible. The hero then unleashes the true power of the sword, creating a massive explosion that instantly disperses the thunderstorm on the battlefield. At that moment, the dragon approaches the hero as it has recognized him as its old friend. The hunter notices that all his clones start disappearing, and he can no longer create new ones, as the thunderstorm that powered them has ended. The dragon recalls another memory from the past, when it and the hero were sitting together on a mountaintop. At that time, the hero notices a demon falling down the cliff and asks the dragon to go and bring it back up. The dragon refuses, saying that carrying something in its mouth makes it look like a dog. The hero reassures it that it is not a dog, but his best friend. He also teasingly comments that dogs are known as humans' best friends as well. As the dragon Gita continues remembering these moments, the hunter suddenly activates a device attached to its neck and shocks it with an electric strike. The hero then remarks that the hunter has nowhere left to run now. However, the hunter realizes the dragon's speed is extremely high, and if he can mount it, he may still escape. The hunter pulls out a remote control connected to the device and threatens the dragon. He warns that if it does not carry him away immediately, he will press the button and destroy it completely. With no other option, the dragon follows the hunter's order and takes off into the air to fly away from the battlefield. Behind them, the other demons comment that the hero could easily chase them with his speed. However, they notice something unusual. The hero does not move or attempt to follow. At that moment, the dragon sends a message to the hero. It says that it believes in him, and asks whether he remembers the game they used to play together. Saying this, the dragon suddenly grabs the hunter's shin in its mouth and starts flying back toward the hero. Our hero Gan prepares himself as the dragon approaches. When it comes close, he strikes the explosion device attached to its neck in a single blow. The device is completely destroyed, and the dragon is freed from the threat. At the same time, Hunter's shin suffers serious injuries from the dragon's bite. The hero then steps forward and confronts the hunter, who desperately begs to be spared. The hero replies that the hunter should have known this outcome from the moment he chose betrayal. At first, the hunter feels confused by his words, but then he suddenly gets shocked as he realizes the truth. The hero is actually his former comrade, Feng Liao, the man he betrayed long ago. The hero then unleashes multiple sword strikes, punishing him for all the crimes he has committed against his comrades and innocent women. The hunter's body is torn apart, and he gets defeated instantly. The system then appears, announcing that the hero has defeated an S-class human hunter. He gains a large amount of experience, and his level increases. Meanwhile, in the human world, the hero's girlfriend Liangna watches his lifeless body lying inside a machine. She realizes that his weapon, equipment, and even his dragon have already returned to him. Now she understands that only one thing remains to return to him, and that is nothing else but herself. On the other side, Hunter Shin's father, Chung, an archer of the Divine Legion, sits at his residence and is busy fishing. A soldier suddenly arrives and reports that the 21st Legion, Unit 511, has suffered a complete defeat, and that his son Shin has died in battle. The father asks whether the body has been recovered. The soldier replies that it has not been found. Hearing this, the father orders a national funeral to be arranged with an empty coffin, and instructs them to announce that his son died honorably on the battlefield. Although the father remains calm, his second son Ling, an SS-class mage, becomes angry. He swears revenge and decides to wipe out all demons in the Yun Kingdom. In the Wind Kingdom Palace, a demon informant reports to a senior official that a letter from the Alliance Conference arrived 3 days ago. He asks whether a representative has been chosen. The senior thinks to himself that the Alliance Conference feels like a public humiliation for small nations like theirs. Still, as part of the Alliance, they have no choice but to participate. When he replies that no representative has been decided yet, the informant suddenly reveals his true form and kills him on the spot. Meanwhile, another female informant approaches Queen Bingi and informs her that she has brought a letter containing an invitation to the Alliance Conference. She also mentions that the Flame Kingdom has already sent a support team due to the heavy damage the Yun Kingdom has suffered. Hearing this, the Queen thanks the informant for her help. The informant then requests that she respond soon regarding the selection of representatives for this year's Alliance Conference, calling it the most important gathering among all demon kind. Meanwhile, laborers work to rebuild the destroyed parts of the Yun Kingdom. The boy Tian Xiao also assists them by using his magic to help with reconstruction. At that moment, Demon Lord Qiang, still injured from the previous battle, arrives to meet the boy. The boy thanks him for arranging a heart transplant for his mother. Qiang clarifies that the heart was actually donated by his younger brother, who was killed earlier by a human hunter. He explains that both humans and demons have good and evil individuals. Those who commit evil eventually face their karma, while those who do good meet a better fate. He adds that this belief is the creed of the Chang family, and since his brother broke that principle during his life, there is no need to mourn him. However, the boy disagrees and says that the Lord's brother was not a bad person. He explains that during the human attack, despite being injured, the brother helped him and his mother escape to safety. Unfortunately, he later encountered a powerful human hunter and was killed in battle. Hearing the truth, the Lord feels sad, and remarks that his brother remained the same as he was in childhood. Meanwhile, Old Man Wei Ming explains to the hero that demonic essence has been the most important national defense resource of the Yun Kingdom for the past 200 years. He also says that the hero is currently their strongest demon, and the hope of the demon race. Because of this, he offers the demonic core to the hero. He explains that it can raise the hero's rank to S-class, and also grant him powerful new abilities. However, the hero refuses and orders the old man to keep the core for the kingdom's future instead, as he has decided to leave the Yun Kingdom. The old man gets shocked by this decision. The hero thinks to himself that if things continue this way, no one will ever be able to kill him. He realizes he needs a way to become human again, as he worries about Liangna. He also understands that he is originally human, while everyone around him is a demon, which means their emotions and lives can never fully align. As the hero thinks about his situation, the dragon reassures him that his fiancée is safe for now. It also says that it will remain by his side from now on. Hearing this, the hero feels good, and by climbing onto the dragon, he prepares to leave the Yun Kingdom. Meanwhile, warrior Wu Jun wraps bandages around his injured leg. He notices that his father, General Hua Un, is resting in bed with prosthetic arms after suffering serious injuries in the previous battle. The warrior asks his father when the remaining prosthetic will arrive. The general feels confused and wonders why he keeps asking the same question. Without saying anything, the warrior leaves the room. He thinks back to the first time he saw the hero Gan in the court, and everything he witnessed in the demon cavern. He realizes he should have understood earlier that the hero is not truly a demon. He feels angry to realize that the hero is actually a human who has been hiding his identity and searching for death all along. Meanwhile, the hero and the dragon stand once again at the mountaintop. The hero checks the system and notices the same message as before. It states that if he wants to be reborn as a human, he must die in his current demon life. The hero feels bad because with his extremely high recovery ability, even attempting suicide would not be enough to kill him. He considers finding a demon king above S-class, believing such beings might have skills capable of killing him instantly. However, he has only ever encountered one such demon king inside the demon tower. The hero then asks the dragon to help him find a way to die. The dragon refuses, saying it is bound by its contract to protect him from all harm. At that moment, a huge rock suddenly falls toward the hero. The dragon reacts instantly and slices the rock into pieces before it can hit him. After that, a bear monster appears to attack the hero, but the dragon quickly defeats it and once again protects the hero. At night, the hero rests in the forest and tells the dragon that it should rest as well. He opens the sword's dimensional space and sends the dragon inside it. He says they will now head west to search for a demon tower. However, the dragon replies that there is no certainty a demon tower exists in the west, or that a demon king is even there. As the hero wonders about his next step, the dragon suddenly warns him from inside the sword space that someone is approaching. Soon after, warrior Wu Jun arrives and places a dagger on the hero's neck. He demands to know why he has left the kingdom while others are celebrating their recent victory. The warrior orders the hero to reveal his true identity and explain his purpose in the Yun Kingdom. He also questions how the hero knows so much about human soldiers and what his connection is to them. The hero finally reveals that he is human. However, he adds that it is unfortunate the warrior cannot kill him at this moment. The warrior asks why the hero has always shown a desire for death, noting that even during battles with human soldiers, he seemed to be seeking it. The hero explains that he was originally human, but was mistakenly placed into a demon body. Because of this, he must die in order to return to his human form. The warrior then questions if it is true why the hero killed the human hunter who actually had the power to kill him. He also asks why the hero saved demons from that same hunter. The hero replies that it is not about sides. For him, it is about his own belief, as he cannot accept evil things continuing in front of him. Hearing this, Wu Jun calms down and says that humans are the ones who repeatedly invade demon lands, bringing destruction and death. He also mentions that his own mother was killed by humans. As the warrior is saying this, the dragon quietly tells the hero that the boy looks emotional and suggests he comfort him. However, the hero steps away as he doesn't want to form any friendly bond with a demon. The warrior then explains an important matter that in 1 week an alliance tournament will take place. It is the most important combat event for the 18 demon nations, where each nation must send 2 fighters. He adds that many of the strongest demons will appear, including several S-class fighters. If the hero truly wishes to die, this tournament could be the perfect opportunity. He also explains that no one else in the Yun Kingdom is willing to risk their lives for it, so the queen has approved both the hero and Wu Jun to represent their nation. The warrior says he can help the hero plan his goal of death, but he has one condition. He wants to be the one to deliver the final blow to the hero during the tournament. Hearing this, the hero feels good and agrees to the proposal. After that, they both return to the Yun Kingdom. The queen explains that the Demon Alliance is a unified structure made up of 18 demon kingdoms of different sizes. She says that all mysterious powers in the world originate from 10 unknown regions, and the demons control region 2 among them. She further explains that the Alliance tournament has 2 main purposes. The first is to gather the leaders of all kingdoms for a joint conference to discuss future plans for unifying the remaining demon forces. The second is to choose the next leader of the United Kingdom through a combat tournament held once every 3 years. The queen adds that, in a world where strength decides everything, only the strongest kingdom earns the right to lead the demon race. However, over time, the tournament has turned into a display of power rather than true unity. She remarks that the so-called 18 Kingdom Alliance has long lost its sense of harmony. Each kingdom now acts in its own interest and schemes for advantage, sending its most ruthless warriors to secure victory. She also recalls that in the previous tournament, only 5 out of 36 participants survived. This time, powerful kingdoms such as Flame, Yu, and Lei are expected to send their strongest S-rank fighters. She remarks that in the past, none of the warriors her father sent ever returned alive. Once again, she asked both the hero and Wu Jun if they still want to participate, offering to withdraw their names if they choose. However, to her surprise, both of them have already left the hall and set off for the tournament. Sometime later, they fly over the Flame Kingdom. The hero thinks to himself that in his previous life he never had the chance to see this place, and he is surprised by how lively and well-organized the kingdom appears. When they arrive in Baidi, the capital city of the Flame Kingdom, the queen notes that the city has changed significantly compared to a few years ago. She explains that the three of them must first complete registration, and later attend a banquet in the evening. At that moment, the hero notices a fruit shop on the street and walks over to look at the items. He is especially impressed by a green melon, as he has only ever seen such a fruit in books before. The shopkeeper explains that it is a high-grade fruit cultivated in demon fields, known for its instant physical recovery effect. Meanwhile, warrior Wu Jun visits a weapon shop to look for equipment that might help him in the tournament. As soon as he enters, the shopkeeper recognizes that he is from the Yun Kingdom. The shopkeeper speaks with disrespect, saying that the Flame Kingdom is far superior to the Yun Kingdom in national strength, resources, and economy. He then asks whether the warrior has come merely to watch the tournament. Before the warrior can respond, another customer arrives. It is a contestant named Xiang from the Yu Kingdom, who mocks the Yun Kingdom, saying it seems to have no talent left. She selects several S-rank weapons for herself and instructs the shopkeeper to deliver them to the Shangri-La Hotel. As she leaves, she remarks that the Yun Kingdom might end up facing her in the tournament, but she mentions that her true competition is not the Yun Kingdom at all, but the strongest fighters from her own Yu Kingdom. Afterward, the hero, Wu Jun, and the queen make their way toward the hotel. Along the way, the warrior comments that the people in the city seem extremely arrogant. The queen explains that this is only natural. Everyone gathered here is a competitor in the upcoming tournament, and each participant wants to prove the strength of their kingdom. She explained that when the 18-Kingdom Alliance was first established, things were very different. At that time, the kingdoms possessed similar levels of strength, creating a balance of power among them. However, as the years passed, only the Flame Kingdom, Yu Kingdom, and Lei Kingdom managed to rise above the rest in both influence and military power. According to her, the strong naturally continue to grow stronger, and it is simply the way the world develops. The queen then explains the rewards of the alliance tournament. The final champion receives an advancement stone, a rare treasure that provides the fastest path to becoming an S-rank demon. At the same time, the ruler of the victorious kingdom earns the position of commander of the 18 armies, gaining authority over the alliance's military forces. They also obtain the key to the apocalypse. In other words, the winning kingdom gains access to more S-rank warriors, greater national strength, command of the alliance's armies, and valuable mining rights in a special region. While discussing these matters, the group finally arrives at the Shangri-La Hotel. At that moment, a young boy arrives at the hotel as well with his sister in a wheelchair. Warrior Wu Jun soon notices that Xiang, the contestant from the Yu Kingdom whom he met earlier in the weapons shop, is also present. Seeing her, the warrior asks the queen if he can eliminate her right there. However, the queen immediately stops him and warns that any violent action could be reported to the tournament officials, leading to his disqualification. Meanwhile, the hero Gan approaches the young boy and asks whether the boy has also come to participate in the alliance tournament. The boy confirms that he and his sister are representatives of the Mist Kingdom. Hearing this, the hero tells him that if they happen to face each other during the tournament, he should not hold back. The hero wants him to fight with everything he has. As they continue talking, an invisible thief suddenly snatches the queen's bag and escapes. The queen gets worried because the bag contains their invitation letter and all of their registration documents for the tournament. Seeing the situation, the boy from the Mist Kingdom quickly hands his sister over to the hero. He then activates a sensing skill and begins tracking the thief's location. As he finally finds out the location, he throws an ice attack in that direction and instantly freezes the thief in place. Warrior Wu Jun quickly captures the thief, who begs for mercy and asks not to be reported to the higher authorities for his crimes. The hero then thanks the young boy for his help and asks whether he has already reached S-rank. The boy rejects and explains that no warrior in his kingdom has achieved S-rank yet. He adds that he is still working hard to reach that level himself. As they enter the hotel to check in, a senior man watches them from an upper floor. Looking at the gathered participants, he remarks that representatives from every kingdom have finally arrived and that the preliminary events are about to begin. Queen Bingi notices that too many people have gathered at the hotel. She worries that if the check-in process takes much longer, everyone might miss the banquet. As the hero observes the crowd, he realizes that everyone is focused on their own registration and no one is paying attention to those who need assistance. When the hero's group finally reaches the reception desk, The queen allows the boy Lucy to register first because his disabled sister needs to rest. The receptionist asks the boy to present his documents quickly as the time is limited. While they are handling the registration, the attention of everyone in the lobby suddenly shifts toward the entrance. A famous warrior named Lin from the Lei Kingdom has arrived to participate in the tournament. The crowd gets excited by his appearance and many people begin clearing a path toward the reception desk so that Lin can check in first. In this chaos, one of the guards pushes Lucy aside, to which his disabled sister gets worried. But our hero reassures her to not worry, as he will personally take care of the situation. At this moment, the receptionist informs Lin that, since his mother is unwell, he may use the green channel and bypass the normal queue for registration. The guy instructs his guards to bring his mother forward while he handles the check-in himself. However, suddenly the hero Gan steps in and pushes the guy aside from the reception, stating that the disabled girl must be registered first. From his room above, a senior observer remarks that things are about to become interesting, as Lin is not only a rising star, but also a highly influential figure within the demon race. Lin then walks up to the hero and asks why he pushed him like that. The hero does not respond, to which the guy feels angry and suddenly starts laughing like a madman. A strong energy spreads through the hall which surprises even warrior Wu Jun. The guy then remarks that the hero seems to possess unusual abilities and orders him to begin a fight immediately. But then suddenly, a short-heighted manager arrives and informs the guy that he will be disqualified if he engages in combat before the official match. He also tells him that he should not waste time dealing with such insignificant people, as he has already been assigned a luxury apartment in the hotel, where no check-in formalities are required. Hearing this, Lin calms down and leaves for his apartment, stating that he will deal with the hero during the match later. Meanwhile, the manager checks the documents of the young boy Lucy. He allows the boy to enter but refuses permission for his sister to check in. The boy feels disappointed and explains that the invitation permits them to bring a companion. However, the manager says that the room availability is limited and priority is given only to the contestants. When the manager mocks the Yun Kingdom, warrior Wu Jun becomes angry. He tells the manager that they are all contestants and deserve at least some respect. However, the manager continues to insult them, saying that kingdoms like Yun and Mist should have been removed from the 18-nation alliance long ago. He calls them useless and claims they should not be treated as important at all. Hearing this, the warrior grabs the manager's mouth. Suddenly Queen Bingi uses her magic and forcefully throws the manager to the ground. She declares that she is the current queen of the Yun Kingdom and also the first leader of the 18-nation alliance, the successor of Liu Yun. She warns that the manager's words are too embarrassing and for that, she has the right to kill him on the spot. She explains that when the demon clan was first formed, a decision was made that the 10 kingdoms would stay united. She says that anyone who tries to divide or weaken the demon clan can be executed at any time by the descendants of the Liu clan. She adds that the alliance conference was originally meant to represent unity and shared prosperity among the demon clan. But right now, people seem to have forgotten its true purpose. Saying this, she activates her skill to kill the manager, to which the manager panics and starts begging for his life. At that moment, Si Ming, the chairman of the Shambhala group, arrives after watching everything from his room. He apologizes to the queen for the situation and explains that due to limited room availability and concerns that the heirs of powerful kingdoms might cause disturbances, the luxury suites were booked in advance. He then presents 2 vouchers and says he will personally transfer the last remaining presidential suite to the queen's group. He also grants permission for the young boy from the Mist Kingdom and his sister to stay in his own penthouse suite. He admits that the earlier conflict was the result of poor management on his part and apologizes to everyone present. He requests that all of them rest and remain calm, as a banquet for the kingdoms will be held later. The hero then asks what should be done with the manager, questioning whether they are simply going to let him go without punishment. The chairman takes out a revolver, loads 5 bullets, and leaves one chamber empty. He states that the manager has only one chance, and if the empty chamber is fired, his life will be spared. He then points the gun at the manager's head and pulls the trigger, but the shot does not fire. The chairman orders the manager to leave the hotel immediately and warns him never to show his face here again. As all the contestants head toward their rooms, the chairman thinks to himself that among the Yun Kingdom's group, the hero Gon has been the most surprising individual so far. Meanwhile, the hero speaks to the dragon sealed within his sword, asking whether it has also noticed something unusual. He remarks that there is no real reason for a hotel manager to act so provocatively, only for the chairman to appear afterward and resolve the situation. The dragon replies that there is only one explanation. The entire incident may have been arranged beforehand. It suggests that the chairman might be testing everyone's strength and selecting suitable opponents. Later, at the banquet, a demon girl is enjoying the gathering. However, she is not an ordinary demon. In truth, she is Liangna, the hero's former fiancée from his previous life, who has come here specifically for him. The next day, warrior Wu Jun thinks about the structure of the alliance tournament. He thinks that the competition is divided into two stages, the qualifiers and the elimination round. A total of 36 participants from 18 kingdoms take part, while the previous champion directly advances to the elimination stage, skipping the qualifiers. The remaining 35 contestants are split into 7 groups of 5. Each group competes in a free-for-all match, where only one winner advances. These 7 winners then join the previous champion in the elimination stage, where they face each other in one-on-one battles until only one champion remains. Thinking about this, the warrior decides that unlike the hero, he must focus on improving his own ranking. He also recalls the humiliation from the previous day. When they arrived at the banquet, they were stopped at the entrance and told that the area was only for VIPs. The queen tried to explain that they belonged to the Yun kingdom, but they were told that only the Flame, Yu, and Lei kingdoms were considered VIPs. The rest were directed to the secondary seating area. Remembering this, he feels angry at how they are treated as low-level people. After buying important supplies for the tournament, he walks through the street and notices the same thief he had dealt with before attempting to steal from another cat girl. The cat girl thinks to herself that if she had not heard her dear brother would be participating, she would never have come to such a backward kingdom. She checks the thief's information and discovers that he belongs to the Black Gold Gang. She decides that she should kill him to draw out the other hidden members nearby. However, she suddenly notices warrior Wu Jun standing close by. Changing her plan, she calls him for help. Hearing her call, the warrior leaps forward and gives a powerful punch to the thief, to which the thief crashes back. In the middle of the chaos, the cat girl is going to fall, but the warrior also grabs her. At that moment, she gets some romantic feelings for him, and feels surprised to meet him here. In truth, this cat girl is Michelle, the princess of the Snow Kingdom. Seeing Wu Jun assisting her, the remaining thieves decide to attack together. However, the princess senses their movements in advance. She uses her ice ability to freeze them instantly, as she does not want them to interrupt her time with the warrior. The warrior then remarks that the thief had already been captured by guards earlier, so he wonders how he managed to escape. The princess changes the subject and invites him for a walk, saying she has a lot of things she wants to talk to him about. Meanwhile, the young boy Lucy and his disabled sister walk through the streets while shopping. The boy apologizes to her, saying that because of him they cannot afford her medicine. His sister reassures him that it is not his fault, and explains that the medicine is simply too expensive. The boy then decides that he will do his best to win the tournament so he can use the prize money to properly treat her illness. However, his sister tells him that this is not necessary. She says it would be better to use the prize money for defensive gear and potions to protect their kingdom. She also warns him that the opponents are very strong, so he should prioritize his own safety. Meanwhile, the hero rests in his room and asks the dragon within his sword whether it has noticed anyone who might be able to defeat him in the tournament. The dragon replies that many of the participants seem strong, but it is still unclear who could truly defeat the hero. It also mentions that the previous champion has not yet appeared. The hero then realizes that he does not need to search for a single opponent who can challenge him. On the other hand, all the participants continue their preparations, and after some time the Alliance tournament officially begins. The entire competition is broadcast live across all 18 kingdoms of the Demon Tribe. However, no one realizes that this event will ultimately shape the future of the world. At this moment, the announcer welcomes everyone to the tournament and calls the contestants of the first group to step onto the arena. First, Aji from the Hui Kingdom, Tuo from the Huan Kingdom, and Wen Kun from the Shuang Kingdom enter the field. Next, the most anticipated seed contestant appears, Xuan Wu, the Flame Kingdom's representative, known as the strongest defender. Seeing this all, the leader of the Flame Kingdom remarks that the opening match is a showcase for the host kingdom. He believes that after this fight, the entire world will witness the true strength of the Flame Kingdom. Once all participants are on the ground, the announcer finally calls the last contestant, Gan Lewo, our hero from the Yun Kingdom. Meanwhile, at an underground casino in the Flame Kingdom, a huge crowd gathers to place bets on the tournament. When betting opens, most people quickly place their money on the Flame Kingdom's representative. Some of them laugh and say they cannot risk betting on anyone else, as the other contestants look too weak, especially the participant from the Yun Kingdom. As they mock the hero, the hotel owner Ming suddenly arrives and places a 5 million bet on him. Seeing him here, everyone in the room gets shocked. The owner explains that his own match is scheduled later, so he has come to spend some time watching the betting. The manager reminds him that he should start preparing for his fight, but the owner replies that he first wants to watch the hero's performance on the big screen. Meanwhile, as the announcer signals the start of the first round, all participants in the arena activate their abilities. The Flame Kingdom's S-rank representative summons his armor, as the other fighters immediately rush to attack him together. They launch powerful strikes, but get shocked to find that their attacks cause no damage at all. Seeing this, Lin remarks that this is a common strategy used by weaker opponents, ganging up on the strongest target first. However, he also notes that without proper defensive armor techniques, fighting in this arena is meaningless. During the chaos, he notices something unusual. While everyone else is engaged in battle, the hero Gon from the Yun Kingdom is still standing in the place. The hero then asks the dragon sealed within his sword if it is ready. When the dragon confirms, the hero pulls out his sword to reveal his true strength to everyone. He calls out to all participants and instructs the cameras to focus only on him. By warning everyone to activate their strongest defenses, the hero gives a powerful strike toward all the fighters at once. The impact creates a massive explosion and splits the arena walls into two parts. The crowd gets completely shocked to see that all participants are knocked out instantly, while even the Flame Kingdom fighter suffers serious injuries. The hero then warns the remaining opponent that he is about to launch a full-power attack. However, the fighter gets scared of the hero's strength and chooses to surrender. He realizes that the hero's weapon can bypass any defense and deal direct damage. He also understands that if the hero had used his full power earlier, the entire arena would have been destroyed. At that moment, the announcer steps onto the arena and declares Gan as the winner of the first qualifying match. The hero takes the microphone and, as part of his plan, begins insulting the fighters from all kingdoms. He calls them weak and claims they have no real power. He declares that first place belongs only to him, because he is the strongest demon present. He then challenges anyone who disagrees to come and fight him directly. Meanwhile, the people of the Yun Kingdom also get amazed to witness the hero's victory. They comment that his presence has already brought major changes to their kingdom, and that because of him, Yun Kingdom has managed to survive many challenges. At the arena, the announcer begins the second match, featuring Lin from the Lei Kingdom. Using his swift and powerful movements, the boy easily defeats all his opponents in an instant and wins the round. Seeing this, General Hua An remarks that with such powerful demon tribes existing, the Yun Kingdom never had a chance to stand strong in the past. However, the old man Wei Ming reassures him, saying that with the hero's rise, the Yun Kingdom may once again return to its former peak. Soon after, the participants for the third round enter the arena. The first is Xing Tian from the Feng Kingdom, followed by Dao Long from the Zai Kingdom. Two other contestants join them as well, and the fifth participant is warrior Wu Jun. At this moment, Queen Bingi asks the hero whether all participants will now target their kingdom's fighter. The hero replies that Dao Long is the strongest among them, and that as long as they keep an eye on him, there should be no problem. He adds that there are 7 rounds in the qualifiers, and this particular round is the only one without an S-level demon tribe member. Meanwhile, the cat girl, the princess of the Snow Kingdom, wishes good luck to warrior Wu Jun. Seeing this, members of her own kingdom criticize her, saying she should support her own side instead of their opponent. As the match begins, 2 fighters immediately leap at warrior Wu Jun to attack together. However, the warrior uses his flower technique and defeats both of them in an instant. On the other side of the arena, Dao Lang swiftly cuts down Xing Tian's head with a single strike. Now, only 2 participants remain on the battlefield who have to face each other. Warrior Wu Jun thinks that his opponent is only an A-level demon with high attack power. After his previous training in the demon cave and battles with the human race, he believes he has become much stronger. With this confidence, he moves behind the opponent with incredible speed and cuts him into 2 using a poisoned hand dagger. He feels satisfied and assumes he has already won the round. However, to his shock, Xing Tian, whose head was previously severed, suddenly revives and inserts his sword into Wu Jun's chest. The queen gets stunned to see this and wonders about how an opponent with such injuries can still fight. Meanwhile, the hero Gan senses that something is seriously wrong with this opponent. Warrior Wu Jun breaks free from the opponent's grip and gives multiple slashes on his body, but the wounds heal instantly, and the opponent gives another powerful strike to the warrior. The warrior notices that the opponent's strength is increasing rapidly as he begins transforming into a monstrous form. The hero then warns him that the opponent is highly suspicious, surrounded by a strange aura, and advises him to withdraw from the match. However, Wu Jun refuses to give up as he did not enter the battlefield to surrender. He recalls the helpless feeling he experienced during his fight against the human race, and decides never to feel that way again. He declares that he will take first place in the tournament and grow stronger at any cost. Deciding this, he activates his A+ ability and unleashes a dragon breath attack at his opponent. The strike causes massive destruction across the arena, blasting away half of the opponent's body. Just as the announcer is about to declare the warrior as the winner, something strange occurs because the opponent's body begins to regenerate once again. Even more shocking, the opponent manages to copy the warrior's dragon breath skill. He immediately fires the same attack back at him, which causes a massive explosion there, and warrior Wu Jun loses this round. At this moment, the hero arrives with both girls to check on his condition. He reassures them that, at the last moment, the warrior relied on instinct to avoid fatal damage, and right now he is just severely injured and unconscious. After they take Wu Jun to the medical room, the hero becomes certain that the Feng Kingdom contestant is highly suspicious. Meanwhile, the Feng Kingdom leader is also pleased with the result. He recalls how, a few days earlier, they had inserted a strange insect into the dead body of that same member before bringing him back into the tournament. Because of that insect, the contestant was revived, healed completely, and gained additional powers. At that time, a senior member of the evil clan told them that they must now assist in completing the next phase of the mission. In the present, the Feng Kingdom leader and the contestant meet the evil clan senior and report that they have successfully passed the first round. The senior praises them and says that the first place in the tournament will also belong to them. Meanwhile, at the arena, the Yu Kingdom girl wins the 4th round, and the Flame Kingdom representative Si Ming, the hotel owner, then wins the 5th round. After that, the announcer calls the contestants for the 6th round onto the arena. He announces that the first participant is a girl from the Lei Kingdom named Jasmine. Hearing this name, our hero Gan gets shocked and remembers his past life as a human, when he once got lost in a forest and was badly injured. At that time, a little girl had found him and treated his wounds with bandages. When she asked for his identity, he replied that he could not remember how he arrived there, but he only remembered his name. When he asked her name in return, she said she was Jasmine. Soon after, guards arrived and called her Princess Liangna, urging her to return because her mother might already be back. After that, the two of them became friends and often escaped together to spend time outside. At that time, she told him that they must use different names when they were outside. Recalling all of this, the hero realizes that his fiancée Liangna often uses the name Jasmine when she sneaks out of the capital. He wonders that the participant standing in the arena may truly be his fiancée. When the match begins, the princess uses an ice technique and freezes all her opponents instantly. The hero gets surprised, as her ability also resembles that of his fiancé. She then activates a magic circle and summons massive roots, striking all opponents and throwing them out of the arena. Doing this, she easily wins the 6th round. The hero feels confused, wondering how such a coincidence is possible. He questions that if she truly is Liangna, why would she now be a demon? After the match, when she heads back to her room, the hero follows her to speak with her. However, the dragon within his sword tells him that while she looks like his fiancée, it cannot sense even the slightest trace of Liangna's presence in her. Hearing this, the hero decides to turn back. But the princess thinks to herself that she cannot reveal her true identity to the hero just yet, because she must first complete her own objective. She recalls that in history, the evil clan infiltrated this tournament at this exact stage and eventually secured first place. After that, they used the key of the apocalypse to gradually gain control over the entire demon clan. She understands that these few days represent the most critical turning point in history. Because of this, she decides she must prevent any member of the evil clan from winning the tournament. She also recognizes that their true opponent is far more dangerous than they originally believed, and that revealing too much now could create even more uncontrollable changes. She thinks that the hero will need to wait a little longer, and she promises that she will explain everything to him later. Meanwhile, the hero thinks about how this world has changed since his rebirth. Because of the disturbance caused by his return, his original human counterpart's whereabouts are now unknown. He realizes that a butterfly effect has already begun and may soon spread across the entire world. However, he cannot yet predict what new conflicts may arise among humans. The dragon asks him what he plans to do if this conference ultimately fails. The hero replies that if that happens, he will have no choice but to proceed with the original plan. Later, the hero and Queen Bingi review the league conference qualification list together. They see that 6 rounds of qualifiers have already been completed, including Shuo, who was given a direct pass. 7 contestants have now qualified for the elimination stage, and only 1 qualification spot remains. At the arena, the final qualification match begins. The 2 participants are the young boy Lucy and Lao Bai, an S-rank leader of the Black Gold Group. The leader asks the boy if he is the one who attacked his subordinate earlier. He says he spared him only so he could slowly break him down and make him understand the consequences of offending the Black Gold Group. At this moment, the hero asks Queen Bingai whether she believes the young boy has no chance of winning this final match. He remarks that, in terms of rank and strength, the young boy cannot compare to the others, and most people believe he is destined to lose this match. However, he also points out that the boy has a disabled sister who is hoping for his victory. The young boy then prepares himself to fight and tells the leader to attack him as he is not afraid of him. Seeing this, the hero recalls his own past, a time when he entered an arena to fight an S-rank gladiator far stronger than himself. Back then, his fiancée was captured in a cage, and he fought solely to rescue her. He remembers believing that if he won, they would be freed, because even in that chaotic system, the rules of the arena were never broken. Realizing this, he leaps at the opponent to fight with his full power. Now in the present, Lucy gives an ice strike at his opponent. However, the leader blocks it easily with his arm and gives a punch to the boy's face. Because of this attack, the boy gets badly injured, to which his sister gets worried. Despite the damage, the boy does not lose focus. When the leader moves in for another attack, Lucy dodges it first. Taking advantage of the moment, he inserts an ice arrow into Lao Bai's head and defeats him instantly. At that moment, Lucy's power suddenly increases, and he breaks through into S-class rank. Everyone on the field, including Queen Bingy, gets shocked that he has achieved an S-class breakthrough during the fight itself. The announcer also declares him as the winner of the final qualification round. The announcer states that the 8 contestants for the elimination stage have now been finalized. He explains that the elimination round will consist of 3 stages, each made up of one-on-one life or death battles. He then instructs all contestants to go backstage and draw lots for their matchups. As the participants move backstage, the hero looks at Jasmine and decides that he must return to his human body at any cost to understand what is happening there. The dragon then warns him that the greatest threats to his life are Lin and Si Ming. It also adds that Shuo's strength is still unknown, but it is certainly not weak. The hero draws his lot and discovers that he has number 1, meaning his opponent will be the contestant who draws number 2. Looking around, he sees that Lucy has drawn number 2. At that moment, Si Ming, the hotel owner, notices that he himself has drawn number 5. However, he wants to face the hero directly, so he uses a mysterious technique and swaps his number with Lucy's. Doing so, he shows his new number and tells the hero that if he wishes to die, he will gladly fulfill that wish in their upcoming match. After that, the announcer informs everyone that the numbers have been assigned and the first elimination round will feature 2 matches happening at the same time. At this moment, Si Ching, the leader of the Flame Army, arrives to oversee the battles. He announces that the first match will be between the hero Gan and the hotel owner, while the second match will be between the Yu Kingdom girl and Xing Tian from the Feng Kingdom. He explains that since the elimination stage is extremely dangerous, they will follow the usual procedure. Using a strange magical technique, he teleports both the hero and the owner to the top of a massive statue in the Flame Kingdom, where their battle will take place. The hero asks the owner if he has used his ability to ensure they would be paired together. He says he has already noticed that the owner has been using his power from the beginning, like a revolver with one empty chamber. However, the hero also points out that the owner does not seem focused on winning the tournament. If victory were his only goal, he would have had many easier options. Si Ming mentions that this confirms the hero is not an ordinary demon clan member, as he can even perceive his ability. He explains that to him, life is usually predictable and certain. He has always been able to see his victories in advance using his future vision ability. But when he looks at our hero, he sees something uncertain, something he cannot control or predict. The hero tells him that if he truly wants to defeat him, there is only one way. He must kill him in front of everyone. Otherwise, the hero himself will be the one to defeat him in front of the whole world. As the owner prepares to attack, he suddenly recalls the futures he has already seen. In all 4 scenarios, the result is the same: he loses to Gan. He tries again, simulating 256 different outcomes, but every single one ends with his defeat at our hero's hands. He realizes that the hero's power is overwhelming, and even a fully matured S-rank demon would not be able to defeat him. Meanwhile, on the other side of the battlefield, the Yu Kingdom girl gets several injuries while fighting the evil opponent. She realizes that even if she uses all her strength, the enemy can regenerate instantly, making it impossible for her to kill him. She also recalls warrior Wu Jun, who was previously defeated by the same opponent, but still managed to push him to his limits in the final moments of their fight. Realizing she can no longer continue in her weakened condition, she surrenders. Back in our hero's battle, the hero notices that the owner also seems to have no reliable way to kill him. Despite this, the owner transfers all of his points into luck and decides to continue the fight at any cost. He then activates his ultimate ability, Death Domain, a technique he has rarely used. As he takes this action, the surroundings transform, and an SSS-rank Scythe-type monster appears to assist Si Ming in the battle. Seeing this, the hero feels good and remarks that it has been a long time since he has entered a third-party domain like this. The owner explains that in this space, no one can use their skills freely. If they lose the gamble, the Scythe monster will instantly cut off their head. The monster then explains the rules. There are 38 total numbers, and 2 colors to choose from. It will release a marble and spin a roulette. Whoever correctly predicts the color where the marble lands will survive, while the loser will be killed. The owner himself chooses black, saying it is his lucky color, and the red color is automatically assigned to the hero. However, the owner then activates his domain authority and trades 36 years of his lifespan to purchase 18 additional numbers in the roulette. The monster laughs at his decision but allows him to proceed. After the owner makes the purchase, all 37 remaining numbers turn black, leaving only a single red number for Gan. At this moment, the monster spins the roulette. The owner states that with his superior luck, he will win this game and the hero will die. While the wheel is spinning, our hero thinks that this game has existed since ancient times and is also well known in his human world. He understands it is purely a game of luck and probability, with almost no connection to strength or skill. As he thinks this, something unexpected happens. The marble stops on the red number assigned to the hero, meaning he wins the game. Seeing this, Si Ming gets completely stunned. He cannot understand how he has lost even after converting all his points into luck, pushing his luck stat up to 8,000. He wonders if the hero's luck must be even higher than 8,000, which is why the result has turned against him. The monster also tries to inspect the hero's luck value, but nothing appears, as it is hidden from others. The hero thinks that luck points are a basic attribute assigned to every awakened human at the time of awakening. The demon race also possesses this system, where luck affects outcomes such as evasion and defense success rates. In general, higher luck means better outcomes in life. He suspects that this might explain why he cannot die easily. No matter what he faces, his luck may be far higher than normal. However, he questions why, if his current demon body truly has such high luck, it was still so unlucky for his soul to be reborn and transmigrated into it. As he thinks about this, the monster remarks that the hero may be one of the bugs mentioned by the gods, an anomaly capable of affecting the world's balance. At that moment, Si-Ming states that since he has lost the game, the monster must now take his head as per the rules. He remarks that even though he can see countless possible futures, he still cannot properly guide his own life, which is quite bad. The monster agrees and prepares to cut off his head. At that moment, the hero Gan steps in and blocks the attack with his sword very easily. He states that as long as even the smallest chance of survival exists, he will not die, and now he will remove even that remaining possibility. He explains that this gamble is now limited to the three of them, and the outcome will be decided only between them. The monster feels confused about what the hero means, but the hero tells him to look at the roulette. Actually, our hero has shifted the marble onto Si-Ming's black number. Seeing this, the monster gets angry as he understands that the roulette has been tampered with. However, the hero says that now the monster has two choices, either kill him or fight him directly. Seeing the hero's attitude, the scythe monster suddenly strikes at his chest to kill him. However, to its shock, the hero's healing ability activates instantly and heals his wound within seconds. The owner gets stunned to see this because in this space, no one is supposed to be able to activate their skills. Yet the monster explains that there is actually one person who can break this rule, and he has recognized the hero's ability. The monster then sits down before the hero in a respect and asks if the hero has inherited the power of the demon god. He reveals that he was once a contracted demon general of the demon god himself, and has maintained that contract for over 100 years. Because of this bond, the restrictions of this space cannot suppress the demon god's power. He declares that the hero is now his rightful master, and requests permission to serve him once again. When the hero accepts his request, the surroundings shift, and both the hero and Si-Ming return to the top of the statue. The owner states that since the scythe monster has chosen the hero, he no longer has anything left to prove. Saying that, he surrenders to the hero. As a result, both are transported back to the arena, and the crowd feels confused about how the owner has surrendered to a newcomer fighter. The leader of the Flame Kingdom feels disappointed, realizing that his kingdom can no longer win the tournament. The announcer then declares the results of the first round. The winners are Xing Tian, the mysterious evil contestant, and the hero Gan from the Yun Kingdom. He announces the start of the second round and calls the remaining contestants forward. Meanwhile, in the hospital, warrior Wu Jun is resting in bed due to injuries from the previous battle. A cat girl stays by his side and takes care of him. Soon after, a girl from the Yu Kingdom arrives to visit. The warrior tells her that surrendering was the right choice, as the evil contestant is far too powerful. He adds that the man does not even seem to belong to the demon clan. He mentions that this same opponent will face the hero Gan in the semi-final round, and they will soon see the outcome. At the same time, the announcer gives troubling news to the audience that the two contestants, Jasmine and the young boy Lucy, are missing. 2 hours earlier, the boy's disabled sister is in the bathroom when a woman arrives and offers to help her. Outside, the boy plans to win the tournament prize money so he can pay for his sister's treatment and cure her illness. However, he suddenly notices that she has been inside the bathroom for too long. When he enters, he finds her wheelchair on the floor, but she is nowhere to be seen. In reality, the woman who offered help has kidnapped her and is now taking her away in a van. After some time, the woman arrives at the Feng Kingdom, where she wants to sell the girl to the kingdom's leader, as she is known for smuggling people. The leader agrees and buys the girl. However, when he checks the van, he gets shocked to find that the girl is missing. The woman gets scared and assures him that she will locate her, claiming the girl is disabled and cannot have gone far. But the leader does not let her leave, and by transforming into an evil, he cuts down the woman's head on the spot. Meanwhile, the girl is trying to escape from the forest, and since she cannot walk properly, she uses a pipe for support. She recalls how she survived earlier. When the woman covered her face, she stopped breathing for some time. Because of that, the drug did not fully affect her. After some time, she woke up inside the van and managed to escape. While moving through the forest, she reaches a place where she notices a group of strange people gathered. Xing Tian, the so-called evil fighter, is also among them. He tells the group that their plan has changed, as someone has already discovered their presence. This is why they have to proceed earlier than planned. Seeing them, the girl understands that something is strange because all of them seem to be under some kind of control, as if possessed by a spell. She even notices the hotel receptionist among them who is acting without awareness. As she is watching them secretly, another evil being suddenly appears behind her and tells her that the master is calling everyone for a meeting. But suddenly, the evil being realizes that the girl does not belong to their race, to which he transforms into a monster to attack her. However, when the girl does not react, the creature fails to properly identify her and leaves the area. Once he is gone, the girl quickly grabs her pipe again and starts escaping from there. While moving, she realizes something important. These people are under the control of a strange and unknown force. She also recognizes that the man she saw earlier in the center of the group is a participant in the tournament, to which she decides that she has to inform her brother about everything. As she moves on her way, the woman who kidnapped her appears again, but she is now transformed into an evil being as well. She attacks the girl, but at that moment, her brother Lucy arrives. He throws an arrow strike that defeats the woman and saves his sister just in time. Doing this, he also reassures her not to be afraid, because he is now here to protect her. However, suddenly other evil beings, including Xing Tian, arrive there to fight them. Seeing the situation getting worse, the boy Lucy throws a powerful ice attack on all the enemies, causing massive destruction around them. However, when the dust settles down, he gets shocked to find that the bodies of the evil beings have regenerated and fully healed on their own. His sister suggests that there must be some kind of connection linking all of them together. To investigate further, the boy releases a cloud-like sound wave attack and notices strange insects moving inside their bodies. As the enemies rush forward to attack again, the girl observes something crucial. She tells her brother that all the other evil beings are being controlled by the man Xing, and advises him to defeat this man first in order to stop them. Hearing this, Lucy activates his ice ability once again and temporarily freezes Xing on the place. Because of this, all the normal evil beings also stopped, as there is no one left to control them. Seeing this, the sister feels good and remarks that it confirms their suspicion of a mother-child insect system. She explains that the insect inside Xing is the mother insect, while the others are subordinate insects that obey its commands. Just then, the kidnapper woman suddenly heals again and inserts an insect-like arm into the sister's stomach. At the same moment, the kingdom's leader appears. He comments that both of them are indeed intelligent, as they have uncovered the secret behind the enemy's power. However, he reveals the truth that there is not only one mother insect inside Xing. He himself also carries another mother insect within him. Using his ability, he breaks the guy free from the ice, who grabs the brother by the neck. Seeing no other way to escape, the brother loses hope and believes this may be the end for both him and his sister. But suddenly, the hero's fiancée, Princess Liangna, arrives on the battlefield. She swiftly cuts off Xing's arm in one strike. She also grabs the kidnapper woman using her root ability and heals the sister's wound. Meanwhile, at the arena, the announcer states that they have been waiting for quite some time, but the third match contestants, Lucy and Jasmine, still have not arrived. As a result, both of them are disqualified from the tournament. The announcer then sends the popular fighter Lin and the woman show to a pyramid-like location to compete in the next round. The popular fighter remarks that the location is very interesting, as it is believed to be the source of all magic in the world. At that moment, both fighters activate their abilities and start the battle. At first, Lin attempts to attack the woman from behind, but she dodges the strike and gives a kick to his face. Watching the match, Queen Bingy comments that the popular guy's cloud-based power is being suppressed by the woman's star system ability. She adds that in battles between S-rank fighters, elemental advantages are still very clear. She then tells our hero that his next opponent is Xing. However, she wonders what kind of ability that guy actually possesses, as it was not mentioned during the introduction. Just then, warrior Wu Jun arrives and informs them that the guy uses star system power, although it does not seem like the source of that power truly belongs to him. Hearing this, the hero says that he will defeat Xing. He adds that it has been a long time since he last sensed his presence, and now it feels like a major change is approaching. Meanwhile, Princess Liangna is still fighting the remaining evil beings. The sister asks her how she arrived here so quickly, since she was supposed to be at the arena. The princess explains that she has been tracking and investigating the organization linked to Xing. Following their trail, she eventually reaches this place. She then reveals that the truth has finally become clear. These enemies were originally members of the demon race, but their bodies have been taken over by parasitic beings from the evil race. She further explains that, according to history, the evil race was originally expected to win the tournament. However, she says they will discuss this later, as she must first deal with the enemies in front of them. Suddenly, both mother insects become angry and rush toward the princess to attack her. The princess tells the boy Lucy that they must capture both mother insects immediately, as this is their only chance. The boy agrees, and by giving 2 attacks, he cuts through both creatures in an instant. However, he notices that both of them quickly start recovering again. so questions how they can be defeated. In response, the princess activates her root ability and tightly grabs both mother insects. She realizes that if their hosts have recently overused their power, their bodies may already be unstable. With this in mind, she prepares a mage technique to destroy the insects inside them. She then activates a skill called Sea of Flowers, causing both mother insects to lose consciousness. She tells Lucy that once the insects exit the bodies, he must strike them with full force. The boy agrees, and as soon as the insects emerge, he delivers powerful attacks and destroys them completely. As a result, both the kingdom's leader and Xing die on the spot. The boy gets amazed by this, but then he notices something unusual starts happening with Princess Liangna. She comments that the time is short and calls Lucy and his sister closer, as she has something very important to inform them. Meanwhile, in the arena, Lin and Lady Shuo continue their battle. Seeing the lady, the guy claims that she is only a woman from the Yu Kingdom who relies on elemental suppression to gain an advantage. However, he declares that his goal has always been to claim first place, so he decides to fight with his full strength. He suddenly rushes forward and creates numerous clones of himself. He tells her that she can no longer identify his real body among them. But to his shock, she immediately throws a powerful lightning strike, to which every clone gets destroyed at once. Seeing this, the guy gets totally stunned and realizes that Lady Shuo possesses 2 elemental attributes and has not been fighting seriously from the start. Before he can recover, she uses her magic to lift him into the air and then throws him onto the ground. The impact causes a massive explosion, and the guy loses this round against her. Seeing her son's critical condition, his mother orders the guards to enter the arena and bring him back immediately. At this moment, warrior Wu Jun is also amazed by Lady Shuo's strength. A girl from the Yu Kingdom explains that during the previous tournament, Lady Shuo reached the finals when she was only 14 years old. In the championship match, she faced the most feared warrior of the demon race at the time. To everyone's shock, she defeated him in less than 2 minutes, setting the record for the fastest final match in tournament history. According to those who witnessed that battle, Lady Shuo did not even use her full power against this guy in the current match. While the girl is sharing this information, Queen Bingay warns our hero to stay alert. She explains that his next opponent is supposed to be Xing, a warrior whose strength should not be underestimated. However, before they can discuss it further, a breaking news report says that contestant Xing is no longer able to participate in the tournament because security forces have discovered his dead body on Central Avenue. Hearing this, all the crowd gets stunned, and the announcer declares that the final match will now take place between Lady Shuo and Hero Gan. He adds that the battle will be held on site, and a massive barrier will be raised around the venue to ensure everyone's safety. As both fighters step onto the arena, our hero senses that the lady possesses strength capable of defeating him in an instant. Meanwhile, the young boy Lucy returns to the arena to deliver Princess Liangna's message to the hero. However, the guards stop him at the entrance and tell him that he cannot enter since the final match has already begun. Despite their warning, the boy runs inside, to which the guards alert the security team to capture him immediately due to his suspicious behavior. Eventually, the security forces catch him in the hallway, but the boy decides to break free at any cost. On the battlefield, the lady questions our hero, asking whether he truly believes that the demons of the Lei Kingdom are all weak. The hero confirms his statement and challenges her, saying that if she has the strength, she should try to take the first place from him. Hearing this, the lady leaps at him, declaring that she only needs 3 seconds to defeat him. At this moment, our hero recalls his human life when he promised his fiancée that he would lead everyone to victory and return to marry her. However, he now realizes that promise has already been broken, as he had died long ago. While he is thinking this, the lady suddenly strikes his neck with her demonic nails. The hero analyzes her abilities and realizes that she is a dual-element user who also possesses demon armor. Realizing her strength, he decides to push her further, so she is forced to reveal her full power. Lady Shuo notices that the hero's wound heals instantly. She remarks that it is strange, as the hero is only an A-rank demon, and even S-rank demons do not normally have such rapid regeneration. Still, she does not hold back, and by transforming her leg into a sharp spike, she inserts it into his chest. Because of this, an explosion happens on the battlefield, and the announcer comments that it seems the hero can't fight back against Lady Shuo. The crowd becomes excited and starts cheering for her, mentioning that she should finish the hero immediately for disrespecting their kingdoms. Meanwhile, warrior Wu Jun thinks to himself that the hero has already chosen a path that may lead to his death. He recalls an earlier conversation before the final match, when he asked the hero why he wanted to return to the human world. The warrior had told him that with his current strength, he could easily win the championship, and even if he returned as a demon, no one would be able to stop him. However, the hero had replied that he is not interested in power or victory. He only wants to reunite with his fiancée, who may be struggling alone. Back in the present, the hero lies on the ground, but his healing ability activates once again and quickly restores his serious injuries. He then mocks Lady Shuo, saying that she also seems incapable of defeating him. He questions whether she truly does not want to become the strongest demon and take revenge on the Dark Clan. The hero states that he knows she is even trained in a forbidden technique known as demonic armor transformation in order to grow stronger. However, he adds that in the future, she will not succeed in her revenge. He then activates his own armored suit and explains that in that future timeline, she does complete the demonic armor transformation, but in doing so, she is consumed by darkness and loses all sense. He reveals that, in that same future, the Dark Clan massacres all leaders and enslaves every powerful demon. Hearing this, Lady Shuo gets angry and starts transforming into a monstrous form. She immediately leaps forward and strikes the hero's chest again. The hero thinks that he once met her future self, who was driven entirely by revenge against the Dark Clan, and used that goal to grow stronger. However, she ultimately becomes trapped in the very future she once feared and hated. The force of her attack is so strong that even the barrier around the arena begins to crack, and the hero suffers much damage. Seeing the situation getting worse, the guards quickly act to reinforce the barrier to protect the audience. Meanwhile, a girl from the Yu Kingdom comments that she has never seen Lady Shuo this serious before, and it is clear she is now using her full power. At this moment, the hero's reflective damage skill activates and sends the same force back toward the lady. However, the hero notices that it has no effect on her, as she has already lost her senses. The hero feels good, thinking that if he can be defeated here, he may finally end up returning to his human life. Just then, Lucy rushes onto the announcer's stage and calls out to the hero into the microphone. He says he has an important message, claiming it comes from a girl named Jasmine. He then reveals that this girl is actually the hero's fiancée, Liangna. He delivers her message that she tells the hero that he must win this match and rise to the top of the demon clan. She also says that he did not come alone in this journey, and that it is not a lonely path through time. Hearing this all, our hero gets completely stunned. The boy explains that his fiancée has also said once the hero takes first place, she will meet him and explain everything. At that moment, as Lady Shuo prepares to strike again, our hero Gon summons an ice golem, which easily blocks her attack. Seeing the massive golem, everyone in the arena gets shocked. And General Hua An from the Yun Kingdom also realizes that the hero is now getting serious in this battle. As Lady Shuo continues fighting the golem, she remarks that this confirms the hero is a rare summoning type demon. However, the hero is still thinking about his fiancée and suspects that she may have been reborn as well. He also wonders why she did not reunite with him directly, feeling that there may be something she is unable to reveal. The dragon apologizes to the hero, saying it failed to sense her presence earlier. It then asks what their next move should be. The hero mentions that they must go and meet her as soon as possible, because he has many things he needs to discuss with her. He also realizes that since she wants him to reach first place, she must have her own reason for it. This is why our hero decides to end the match quickly and move forward. Meanwhile, Lucy returns the microphone to the announcer and apologizes for his earlier interruption. The announcer then remarks that the ice golem summoned by the hero is extremely powerful. However, Lady Shuo attacks the golem and destroys it on the spot. By now she is already transformed into a 50% monstrous state, and once again charges toward the hero. Seeing this, the hero notices that the side effects of her transformation are beginning to take hold, and she still cannot fully suppress the corrupted will within her. Feeling angry, the lady declares that no one can stop her, and that she will never be controlled by anything. She collides with the hero with incredible speed, creating another massive explosion on the battlefield. Seeing this, Queen Bingi gets worried for the hero. The girl from the Yu Kingdom mentions that in the first match, the hero won by destroying the arena. In the second match, no one knew what truly happened between him and his opponent, except that the opponent surrendered. However, she notes that this time the hero is facing a much stronger enemy, making victory far more difficult for him. However, Warrior Wujun comments that dealing with Lady Shuo does not require the hero to go all out. Hearing this, the girl from the Yu Kingdom feels bad, and the warrior thinks to himself that after hearing Lucy's message, he now understands the hero's true decision. He wishes the hero good luck to win the tournament and to let everyone witness the true strength of the Yun Kingdom. As the dust settles down on the battlefield, Lady Shuo notices that the hero has summoned his powerful sword to block her attack, and his injuries have already fully healed. In response, she begins a full transformation into a monstrous form, declaring that even if she loses her sanity completely, she must win this match. Seeing the situation getting worse, our hero also activates the full power of his sword, and both of them leap at each other to attack. Their collision creates a massive explosion that shocks everyone present, and the protective barrier around the arena gets completely shattered. As a result, the lady gets badly injured. She realizes that even after activating her full monstrous form, she is still effortlessly defeated by the hero, and her armor is also broken. The hero throws a cloth over her to cover her, and at that moment she understands that he is the true pinnacle of the demon clan. The announcer then officially declares Hero Gan from the Yun Kingdom as the winner of the tournament. Meanwhile, an evil being observes everything and remarks that, because of the hero's victory, the Yu nation can no longer win the tournament. He decides that they must now proceed with their plan B. Afterward, the hero meets Lucy, who shows him a small box containing an item capable of teleporting him to the place where he can meet his fiancée, Liangna. Using it, the hero teleports away. When he arrives, he finds himself in the Holy Nation. He also sees people who resemble his old companions, along with his human body, moving around in this place. Seeing everything, he realizes that he has been sent 6 years into the future, to the day just before he originally traveled through time. At that moment, sudden explosions start happening in the area. The hero's fiancée, Princess Liangna, finally appears before him. She tells him that this is the true future she has witnessed. She apologizes for bringing him here without his permission, and explains that she only reveals everything now because she could not bear the burden of this future alone. She mentions that every 6 years, on this very day, the evil clan launches a global attack, and humanity has no means to resist. She adds that she has been reborn many times, but no matter what she does, it is always too late. Each time she reincarnates, she can only return 6 months into the past, while the evil clan has already prepared its plans by then. Hearing this, the hero returns to his human body and hugs her as they have met after a long time. He says that even experiencing a single reincarnation feels like losing part of himself, yet she has endured it countless times. He also realizes that he had always believed the system was responsible for his reincarnation power, but in truth, it was Liangna who brought him back each time. When the hero asks how she managed to do all of this, she explains that in the future, 6 years ahead, she dies. And at that moment, her foresight ability unexpectedly evolves into a form of rebirth. However, this power is limited, and she can only return 6 months into the past, which is never enough to change the outcome of events. In an attempt to break this cycle, she travels to the demon clan's territory. By then, the evil clan has nearly destroyed the entire demon clan, leaving only a few survivors who are forced into slavery. There, she encounters a strange demon who begs her to kill him. This is the same demon whose body the hero is currently using in his demon life. That demon explains that his entire clan and family have already been slaughtered. Despite that, he is unable to die. No matter how hard he tries, even the evil clan cannot kill him. He says that the more he seeks death, the stronger he becomes. However, he is alone and unable to fight the entire evil clan or bring back his loved ones. Because of this, he makes a deal with Liangna. He reveals an ancient secret technique of the demon clan that can send the princess further back in time, and he also allows the hero to return as well. Doing so, he entrusts them with everything, telling her that stopping the evil clan now depends on both her and the hero. Hearing this, Hero Gan realizes that this is why the system has been continuously helping him grow stronger at such a rapid pace. The princess then explains that although humanity only recognizes 2 races, humans and demons, in reality there are 4 major races: humans, the evil clan, the spirit clan, and the demon clan. She says that all of them must unite to stop the evil clan. She explains that in the previous timeline, the evil clan won this tournament, which allowed them to gain control of the second region. From there, they secretly infiltrated and manipulated the leadership of the demon clan. She warns that the key to the second region must not fall into the evil clan's hands under any circumstances. The hero mentions that since he has now won the tournament, they have already stopped the evil clan's first move. However, the princess disagrees and says it is not that simple. She suspects that there may already be evil clan spies inside the demon clan, as they were able to infiltrate the tournament so easily. She adds that once they detected her presence, they even began adjusting their plans. She admits she does not know how far their plans will go, but confirms that their ultimate target remains the same: the key to the second region. Meanwhile, at the arena, the announcer congratulates the Yun Kingdom on their victory. He announces that before the award ceremony, the handover of the demon clan's supreme treasure, the key to the second region, will take place first. He then calls the leaders of both the Yu Kingdom and the Yun Kingdom onto the stage. Seeing Queen Bingy there, the people of the Yun Kingdom get amazed, as they believe their kingdom is rising again after 100 years. Elsewhere, Xinling, who has already defeated several evil beings, feels angry and wonders where the hero has gone. On the stage, the leader of the Yu Kingdom, Guang, remarks that no one expected the key to the second region to be handed over to Queen Bingy, a woman. In response, the queen says that even his own daughter is a heroic woman, so decisions should not be made based on gender alone. The queen places her hands on the crystal and successfully takes control of the key to the second region. The announcer then declares that the handover ceremony is complete, and the award ceremony will begin next. But suddenly, an A+ rank evil monster appears and kills the announcer instantly. Seeing this, the queen notices that it is not just a single attacker. Many evil clan members have infiltrated the area and begun slaughtering innocent demon civilians. Seeing the situation getting worse, warrior Wu Jun immediately runs to protect the queen. the evil clan members declare that the key to the second region is now in the queen's possession, and they must capture her at all costs. At that moment, the Flame Nation's army leader, Chen Qing, also arrives there to protect the queen. Meanwhile, the hero remarks that the human clan must be in complete chaos right now, as Xin Jibiao, a human hunter, has launched a military coup. The princess explains that when she first transmigrated back in time, her body was still too weak. She could not fully use her power, nor did she have enough time to stop the hunter's actions. She adds that in the previous timeline, the coup happened during the engagement banquet, but the hero managed to stop it. However, this time, since the hero has not yet awakened, their actions become even more ruthless. To counter this, she used her ability in advance to create puppet copies of the hero's most trusted companions. The ones who attended the banquet and were killed were only these puppets. Meanwhile, the real companions secretly protect the princess and the hero's physical body and leave the military camp beforehand. She explains that Hunter Jibiao's army is now targeting the Yun nation. Because of this, she intentionally left the hero's sword behind and lured the hunter into taking it. She knew that once the hero and the hunter crossed paths, the hero would eventually be able to reclaim his sword. And fortunately, everything has proceeded exactly according to plan so far. Hearing that Vice Captain Wenhua and the others are still alive, Hero Gon gets amazed. He then asks about the princess's condition, worried about how much strain she has taken from repeatedly copying abilities and using powerful techniques. The princess reassures him that she and the hero have already safely returned to the capital. She explains that when she copied the demon clan girl, her strength had recovered significantly, allowing her to channel more energy into her actions. Originally, her plan was to defeat Xing, the evil clan operative, and stop their secret operation in this timeline. However, once she realized that the hero had also entered the tournament, she understood that the evil clan's plan had changed. From that point, she placed all her trust in the hero. She says that she did manage to defeat Xing and his group, but because she has now exhausted her power, the copied body will soon disappear. She explains that she did not have enough time to locate the evil clan member secretly controlling others, and there is very little information available about him. She adds that this rebirth has rewound time too far, causing her resurrection ability to fail completely. Because of this, she considers it her final chance to change the outcome. The hero reassures her to leave everything to him. He promises that he will never allow the evil clan to obtain the key to the second region, and that he will eliminate every last member of their forces. As they are talking, the illusionary space around them starts breaking, signaling that their meeting time is coming to an end. The hero hugs her and promises that once he defeats the evil clan, he will come to find her immediately. Before they separate, the princess says there is one more important thing she needs to tell him. Meanwhile, at the arena, evil clan monsters begin attacking the demon civilians. As one monster moves to strike a kingdom leader, the hotel owner Si Ming suddenly appears and rescues him in time. The leader tells him not to protect him, saying that the monsters are targeting the key. However, the owner assures him that the army leader is already protecting both the key and Queen Bingi. At that moment, the army leader gives powerful strikes and defeats one of the monsters. But unexpectedly, a strange evil shadow emerges and attacks the army leader very badly. From this shadow, an SS rank evil monster appears who will continue the battle from now on. The army leader gets shocked to realize that the attack feels like it is pulling him into the shadow itself. Elsewhere, as more monsters rush toward the queen to get the key, warrior Wu Jun blocks them and defeats several of them at once. However, when he tries to attack another enemy, that monster also transforms into a shadow form and binds the warrior tightly with powerful threads. The warrior thinks that his body has already gone through a fierce battle and is still not fully healed. He also realizes that most of the strongest fighters of the demon clan are now injured. The SS rank monster then mentions that he expected the martial arts tournament to gather the strongest demons from across the demon tribe, but instead they all seem weak and useless in combat. Using its dark ability, the monster captures Queen Bingi as well. Seeing this, everyone becomes worried and realizes they are helpless against it. But then suddenly, our hero Gon appears again, and by using his golem summoning skill, he crashes the monster's head into the ground. Seeing him, everyone gets amazed, but they also wonder how he can handle such a massive evil clan force alone. However, Seeming confirms that the hero is not alone. He has brought an entire army of ice golems with him. The ice golems immediately move into action and free all the captured people from the evil clan's grip. Seeing this, warrior Wu Jun remarks that they can now leave this battlefield to the hero, as he is capable of handling it on his own. At the same time, leader Guang of the Lei Kingdom asks his eldest son, an S-rank demon, about the condition of his daughter Shuo. The son reassures him that she is not seriously injured, as the hero did not attack her with his full strength. Hearing this, the leader realizes that he never expected the entire demon clan would end up relying on the hero alone. He remarks that after 2,000 years, it is once again the Yun Kingdom that has united the demon clan. As everyone focuses on the battlefield, the senior evil clan monster suddenly transforms into a shadow. It reshapes itself into a massive hand and tightly grabs Hero Gan. Seeing this, Leader Guang gets shocked and remarks that shadow power is legendary. He explains that it not only has overwhelming destructive power, but also elemental properties, making physical attacks almost useless against it. However, to everyone's surprise, our hero sends his powerful sword from within the shadow's grasp, which transforms into multiple arrows and inserts into the monster's true body. As a result, the monster also gets shocked about how the hero is still able to attack him. When the hero escapes from the shadow's grasp, the monster notices that his health bar is completely full. Our hero leaps forward and delivers multiple powerful punches. The attacks deal true damage, forcing the monster to beg for his life. He feels confused about the hero's power, realizing it is far beyond S-rank level. The hero then demands to know who his real master is, and which demon clan spy allowed him to enter so easily. However, the monster refuses, claiming he is not like the demon clan who betray their allies. He says he will never reveal the identity of the evil clan at any cost. He also declares that in time, the evil clan will crush the demon lands, and that the demon clan is nothing more than an inferior race destined for extinction. Saying this, the monster activates a self-destruct skill and kills himself, knowing he cannot defeat the hero. His death causes the other shadow monsters to reveal their true forms. Seeing this opening, the demon soldiers immediately start eliminating these enemies. One of the leaders remarks that they have won this battle thanks to the hero's efforts. However, the owner warns them that the danger is still not over. As they are talking, the owner suddenly notices that army leader Chen Qing has placed a knife on the queen's neck. Seeing this, the owner understands that the traitor they suspected is actually Chen Qing himself, who allowed the evil monsters to infiltrate the battlefield. Warrior Wujun immediately jumps forward to rescue the queen. However, before he can reach her, the army leader activates a teleportation ability and takes the queen with him to the evil territory. He explains that the teleportation array requires 10 minutes to activate, and anyone standing on it during that time will be transported. That is why he activated it early and moved the queen at the last possible moment before it disappeared. He then reveals that he has already set up a barrier around the area, preventing anyone else from entering. At that moment, another high-ranking evil monster, known as the Seeker of Evil, appears. He declares that no one can rescue the queen now, so she must surrender the key. Queen Bingyi tells the army leader that he was supposed to protect their clan, and it is truly disgraceful that he is allied with the evil clan. The leader mentions that within the entire demon clan, even the strongest fighters have barely reached S-rank. Across the continent, the total number of S-rank demons is not even enough to form a single army. He asks if she truly understands the real power of the evil clan, stating that for this operation alone, they only sent 2 generals who were nearly enough to wipe out the entire demon clan. He warns that if a full-scale war begins, no one will be spared. He adds that history is already moving forward, and only those who follow its current will survive. Hearing this, the queen asks what the evil clan has offered him in exchange for his betrayal. At that moment, the evil monster claims that the evil clan and demon clan share the same origin, and that cooperation and mutual benefit are the only way forward. He tells the queen that all she needs to do is hand over the key to the second region, and in return, the evil clan will not harm a single piece of demon clan territory. The army leader also adds that the queen has no choice but to agree, because if she refuses, a full war will begin that will lead to massive civilian casualties. The queen questions their intentions, asking that if they truly plan to start a war, why they only sent 2 generals and relied on covert operations instead. She explains that the key transfer requires the previous holder to willingly give it up, and she declares that she would rather die than surrender it to them. Meanwhile, our hero and the other demon clan leaders are searching the arena for Queen Bingyi's location. Warrior Wujun blames himself, saying he should not have been away from the queen. The Flame Kingdom's leader also orders his soldiers to begin a full-scale search and find the queen at any cost. The Lei Kingdom's leader also instructs his son to gather all troops and assist in the search. At the same time, the owner decides to use his skill to scan every location within a 10-kilometer radius. The boy Lucy agrees and activates his own ability to help as well. Using his power, he sends out energy waves across the area. After scanning, he finally detects that the queen has been taken by the evil clan and is being held inside a temple beneath a statue. Hearing this, the owner gets worried, as there is no one with spatial teleportation ability present here, and the statue is located at least 100 kilometers away. However, our hero says he can handle the situation. Using his summoning skill, he calls out his companion dragon from the sword's dimensional space. When the dragon appears, everyone gets stunned and initially assumes it is an evil clan summon, but the hero reassures them that it is his ally and will help them reach the statue quickly due to its extremely fast flying speed. He also asks Si Ming and Lucy to join him, saying their abilities will be useful for the mission. They all climb onto the dragon, and it immediately takes off toward the destination with incredible speed. Seeing this, the other leaders are totally stunned by how many powerful abilities the hero possesses and how effortlessly he controls them. Meanwhile, the evil monster summons insects in his hands and threatens the queen, saying that if she does not hand over the key, he will inject them into her body. Suddenly, the entire temple starts collapsing, and the barrier set by the army leader breaks completely. In reality, Gan has arrived, and with a single sword strike, he destroys the statue above the temple. He then lands his dragon down, which causes much destruction there. Seeing the hero, Queen Bingi feels some hope, but the evil monster orders his troops not to be afraid, claiming that the hero is only an A+ rank demon and not a real threat. The hero then comments that he has been searching for these evil clan members for a long time. As he brings the queen to safety, the evil monster immediately recognizes that this is the same man who secured first place in the tournament and disrupted their entire plan. The monster remarks that the hero has made the right choice by coming alone, as he was also planning to find him. Seeming then states that he can predict the future actions of those who are equal or weaker in rank, but he cannot read this monster at all. This means the enemy is at least SS level, far beyond their current ability to handle. Our hero then orders his dragon to protect the queen and the others, while he deals with the enemies himself. The owner tries to stop him, saying it is too dangerous. However, the hero assures him that he has the strength to defeat even opponents 2 ranks above him. Saying that, he gives a powerful punch to the monster, to which the monster crashes back. The monster quickly transforms into an insect-like form to reduce the damage and recover. He admits that the hero's power is real, and that his attacks are genuinely dangerous. He then orders his entire evil clan army to attack at once, to which all of the monsters agree. The hero thinks that in the human world, only about 1 in 10,000 people awaken a special profession. Most individuals remain limited by their natural talent and never progress far. Among those who do awaken abilities, only a very small fraction possess a special constitution known as the Chosen One, which allows them to reach S-rank potential. He understands that advancement to S-rank is a one-time transformation. Regardless of their current level, once they evolve, they directly become S-rank. Because of this restriction, true S-rank individuals are extremely rare, and effort alone is not enough to reach that stage. The hero realizes that many aspects of the system are unfair and cannot be overcome through hard work alone. After arriving in the demon world, he has realized that the demon race is not so different from humans after all. He also senses from the beginning that this body holds infinite potential, naturally possessing the constitution needed to reach S-rank. As he is thinking this, the evil monster remarks that all the insects present are his own creations, each one strong enough to easily kill the hero and his companions. At that moment, all the insect monsters trap the hero by forming a massive mountain-like structure around him. Seeing this, his companions become worried and regret not stopping him from coming to such a dangerous place. However, the hero remembers his journey with his fiancée, how both of them were reborn and returned to the past to correct everything. Recalling that, he activates his powerful skill, to which a bright light erupts from within the insect mass, and all the monsters get destroyed instantly. As the dust settles down, the evil monster gets shocked to see that the hero has broken through to S-rank, and all his stats significantly increased. The hero states that his A+ rank was already more than enough to defeat the evil monster. He only chose to advance to S rank because he wants to end the battle as quickly as possible. Saying that, he grabs the monster by the neck, and when the monster tries to transform into an insect to escape, the hero slams him into the ground. Seeing this, the hero's companions get astonished. They realize that after reaching S rank, the hero's punches are now powerful enough to inflict true damage even on an enemy of this level. The monster suffers some injuries from the attack and notices that he can no longer change forms. In reality, the hero's skill is preventing him from using any action that could help him escape or gain an advantage in battle. As the monster feels confused about how the hero has become so powerful, the hero comments that it is now time for him to answer a few important questions. Afterwards, Si Ming defeats Commander Ching and declares that the commander will be judged according to military law. Meanwhile, the young boy also finishes the remaining insects, while our hero and the queen bind the evil monster in chains for interrogation. The hero asks who masterminded the entire scheme, but the monster refuses to reveal any information about his allies. He explains that unlike the demons, he will never betray his companions. The hero points out that no one has come to rescue him, proving that he is nothing more than a disposable pawn to his superiors. However, the monster says that being a pawn does not bother him. Having been raised that way since birth, he is content with his role. Hearing this, the hero thinks about the nature of the evil clan. From childhood, its members are placed under strict military control and forced onto battlefields. They constantly fight one another, and only the strongest survive the brutal elimination process. As a result, every survivor becomes a hardened warrior and a loyal soldier willing to die for the cause. Above them all is the ruler of the evil clan, the supreme leader known as the Evil Emperor. The hero knows that the Evil Emperor is an incredibly powerful figure who never bothers to hide his actions, However, this operation is clearly different from the evil emperor's usual methods. The situation reminds him of a man who rises to become king 6 years later. In his early years, that individual secretly operates within the human clan and gradually gains control over many of its high-ranking members. Every move he makes is carefully planned and hidden from the public, allowing him to remain completely unnoticed. That man is the illegitimate son of the evil emperor and a human. Recalling these memories, our hero suddenly mentions the name Evil Morning, to which the monster gets shocked. Seeing the reaction, Gan realizes that his suspicion is correct. He remarks that he never expected Evil Morning to begin his schemes so early. At this point in time, that man should still be hiding among the human clan, secretly carrying out his plans from the shadows. Hearing this, the monster thinks that only he knows the true origin of his master, and even the evil emperor is unaware of that existence. He feels worried, sensing that the hero's power is completely strange. He judges that the hero's demon clan could become a serious threat to the evil clan in the future. Because of this, the monster decides he cannot remain alive or say anything further. He tells the hero that the evil clan still has one final assault force. While the hero was taking part in the competition, that force had already entered the Yun Kingdom from the western border. He explains that the leader of that unit is an S-rank member of the evil clan, powerful enough to destroy the entire Yun Kingdom alone. Revealing this, the monster activates a hidden ability and destroys himself on the spot. Queen Bingy gets worried to hear this as the Yun Kingdom is now in serious danger. However, the hero tells her not to panic and suggests that they first find a way to contact the Yun Kingdom and confirm the situation. A few hours earlier, inside the Yun Kingdom, a human named Xin Ling arrives. He is the younger brother of Hunter Jibiao, and by feeling, he believes our hero is responsible for his brother's death, so he will tear him apart as well. Elsewhere in Yun Kingdom, several evil beings secretly observe the movements of the people. They realize that the citizens are distracted by the tournament and decide to take advantage of the situation to carry out a massacre. At that moment, the kid Tian Xiao appears and questions their identity. The evil beings beat him badly and decide to eliminate him completely to erase any trace of their presence. Just then, Xinling arrives and asks about Gan's location. The evil beings mock him, but the guy immediately cuts off one of their heads. Seeing this, the remaining evil beings rush to attack him together. However, the guy proves to be extremely strong and defeats all of them on his own very easily. After the fight, he approaches the kid and asks again about the hero's whereabouts. The child feels good and thanks him as he has rescued him from the attackers. Meanwhile, our hero Gan safely brings the queen back to the Alliance. Following their victory, everyone starts celebrating the festivities. As Queen Bingy looks around, she recalls the pre-tournament banquet held only a few days earlier. At that event, the 18 Alliance nations were divided into upper, middle, and lower ranks. Back then, the Yun Kingdom was considered a lower-ranked nation, and she was not even permitted to sit at the main table. However, now the situation is completely different, because she sits at the main table in one of the most honored seats. Meanwhile, the Lei Kingdom, which made no contribution during the recent battle, no longer has the privilege of sitting among the leading representatives. Thinking about this change, she announces that she has something important to share with everyone. She remembers a gathering from the past when Liu Yun, the ancestor of Yun Kingdom, brought together members of the demon race around a bonfire. During that gathering, Liu Yun reminded everyone that all demon clans originally came from the same roots. She spoke of a future where every member of their people would be treated equally and live together as one united community. It was because of that vision that the 18 families formed the alliance and swore an oath to remain united forever, without allowing rank or status to divide them. Recalling those words, Queen Bingy tells the alliance leaders that their current celebration should be transformed into a grand bonfire gathering, where everyone can participate equally. After some time, everyone gathers for the celebration party and is amazed by the changes that have taken place. During the event, the Queen is officially appointed as the new commander of the Alliance Army. She also announces several major reforms. From now on, the martial arts tournament that is held every 3 years will be replaced with a sports festival. In addition, each of the 18 nations will be granted one opportunity to request the mobilization of the Alliance Army when necessary. As for the Alliance Key, it is entrusted to none other than our hero Gan. Meanwhile, the popular guy Lin shares a new idea with his assistant. He decides to produce a movie based on the events of the Alliance Martial Arts Tournament, but he decides that he will play the leading role himself. When the assistant asks whether the hero Gan will also be invited to appear in the film, the guy confirms that he will. However, he adds that, at least in the movie, he wants to defeat the hero. On the other hand, Lady Shuo prepares to leave the hospital for an important mission. Her brother tries to stop her, reminding her that she has not fully recovered from her injuries. However, she believes that she must find the hero and challenge him once again. Meanwhile, Queen Bingy heads to the room where the hero and warrior Wu Jun are staying. In the way, she thinks about everything that has happened, like how our hero has saved her life countless times, and today she finally wants to express the feeling she has kept in her heart for so long. However, when she arrives, she notices that neither the hero nor Woo Jun is in the room. Instead, she finds the cat girl and the girl from Lake Kingdom arguing and fighting like children. At the same time, the warrior heads to a nearby mountain peak where Gan stands with his dragon. Looking at him, the warrior says that he understands that the hero is preparing to leave the kingdom and may never return. Our hero confirms this, explaining that his mission is now complete and that he no longer has any reason to remain involved with the demon clan. Hearing this, the warrior admits that he no longer harbors hatred for humans. He has realized that both the demon clan and the human race contain good people and bad people. He then tells the hero one final thing, that no matter whether he returns in the future as a human or as a demon, he will always consider him a true friend. He promises that whenever they meet again, he will welcome him with an open heart. The warrior asks whether the hero is preparing to return to the human world. The hero refuses and explains that he first wants to visit the secret realm of immortals and demons. Hearing this, the warrior gets stunned, as the realm belongs to the spirit clan. However, he also knows that the hero can enter any territory very easily. The hero then tells the warrior that he will soon hold a grand wedding among the humans, and insists that the warrior must attend. Saying that, he summons his dragonflight and leaves the kingdom. From behind, warrior Woo Jun expresses his gratitude for saving the entire demon clan, and declares that the entire demon clan will always stand behind the hero from this day forward. On the way, the hero recalls the moment when he went to meet his fiancée, Princess Liangna. At that time, she tells him that she wants to explain how he might be able to return to his original human body. The hero replies that he already knows the method. Returning is possible if he dies in his current demon life. However, the system then reveals the truth that this idea was created by the system itself, and was only a lie designed to help him grow stronger more quickly. Despite this, the princess assures him that she has discovered another way. She explains that they first need a key item called Spirit Awakening Grass, and this herb can only be found in the immortal and demon realm of the spirit clan. She adds that the realm is surrounded by massive hurricane bands that completely isolate it from the outside world. The winds are extremely powerful enough to shatter even the hardest steel on contact. Because of this barrier, very few spirit clan members can leave, resulting in their natural isolation. But it also ensures that no other race can invade the spirit clan by sea, land, or air. The princess explains that after 6 years, this realm remains the only territory not captured by the evil clan. She adds that while others cannot enter it, the hero and his dragon are capable of breaking through its defenses. Hearing this, Gon says that he understands the spirit clan is the princess's father's race, and he also realizes that she likely wishes to return to her original body as well. The princess reassures him that if he passes by her resting place in the future, he should simply bring a bouquet of flowers for her. Remembering these moments, the hero finally reaches the outside of the immortal and demon realm. With the help of his dragon, he rises high into the sky, even above the clouds. From that height, he spots his destination and immediately dives downward to break through the barrier. Meanwhile, in the Flame Kingdom's prison, Sai Ming binds the army leader with chains and interrogates him. From the questioning, he learns that the evil clan's next target is the Spirit Clan. The army leader also states that the owner's interference ruined his plan, as he had already infiltrated the evil clan's system. He claims that if he had reached the top, he would have found a way to protect both the Demon Clan and the Spirit Clan. The owner gets angry and argues that the Demon Clan does not live under the control of the evil clan. However, the army leader mentions that they still lack the strength to oppose them directly. He explains that they only escaped disaster this time because the hero Gan unexpectedly appeared, but says that no one can save the Spirit Clan now. He adds that the woman they once cared for, despite both of their efforts, could not be protected, and now even her homeland is doomed. He mentions that the evil clan's current plan is far more dangerous, and that the Spirit Clan will soon face complete destruction. Meanwhile, our hero Gan arrives at the territory of the Spirit Clan. Looking around, he realizes that this world is far more vast and different from the human realm he knows. As he surveys the area, he suddenly senses a powerful presence nearby. His dragon warns him that the aura is far stronger than anything he has encountered before. Feeling the danger, the hero immediately pulls out his sword. But before he can react, an old man appears out of nowhere and easily snatches the weapon from his hand with some kind of magic. The old man asks why a demon has come to this place and questions why the sword is in his possession. Seeing the old man, the hero notices that the man looks like a human, yet his true identity remains impossible to read. The hero tries to call his sword back to his hand. The sword immediately responds and begins moving toward him, but the old man uses his power to stop it. Realizing that the hero is now the sword's rightful owner, the old man states that he must first determine whether the hero is truly worthy of wielding it. At this moment, the hero leaps forward and tries to give a powerful punch. However, the old man easily avoids the attack and strikes the hero's stomach. Because of this, the hero gets much damage, and the old man gives another kick to the hero's face. Our hero wonders if this old man belongs to the spirit clan, and leaps at him to attack once again. As time passes, the two of them are still engaged in battle. During the fight, Gan realizes that the old man's speed is extraordinary. No matter how carefully he observes, he cannot find a single weakness. While he is busy thinking, the old man gives him multiple strikes and eventually throws him into the sea. Moments later, Gan's healing skill activates and completely restores his injuries. Seeing this, the old man feels surprised and comments that although the hero possesses remarkable healing abilities, his overall combat strength is still lacking. Then suddenly our hero uses the surrounding water to create several ice golems. The massive creatures immediately surround the old man and bind him with powerful ice chains. Gan explains that each ice golem possesses strength equal to his own level, which means escaping from here is impossible for the old man. The old man admits that he did not expect such a strategy. He realizes that the hero lured him into the water to gain the advantage and launch a full-powered counterattack. Acknowledging his situation, the old man remarks that he can no longer resist and orders the hero to finish him off now. However, our hero has no intention of killing him. He explains that he came to the spirit clan only to search for something important. As he walks over and picks up his sword from the ground, he gets shocked to see that the old man has already broken free from the ice chains and destroyed all of the ice golems in an instant. The old man then pulls out a bottle of alcohol from beneath the ground. He tells Gan that if they were of the same age and possessed the same level of strength, he would not be able to defeat him. He then offers some alcohol to him and asks about the true reason behind his visit to the spirit clan. Meanwhile, Princess Liangna's original human body looks at her family photograph, where the same old man appears, revealed to be her father. She believes the hero has now reached the spirit clan and hopes that her father's spirit in heaven will bless the hero's journey. Back in the spirit clan, our hero asks the old man to introduce himself and explain why he is fighting him. The old man replies that he is an ordinary man of the spirit clan who only wishes to protect it while he still lives. However, he adds that he recently had a disturbing dream. In that dream, a member of the demon clan stands on a mountain of spirit clan corpses, preparing to destroy the entire clan. He reveals that the figure he saw in that vision is none other than Gan himself. Hearing this, the hero gets stunned and asks why the old man did not kill him earlier if he truly believes the prophecy. The old man replies that all of his prophetic dreams have always come true. Because of this, he cannot kill him or alter the future in any way. However, he says there is still one thing he can do. He can try to influence the hero's mindset. Explaining this, he asks him to introduce himself and reveal his true purpose for coming to the spirit clan. Realizing the old man is not a threat, the hero admits that he is searching for the soul-calling herb. The old man responds that the herb is not difficult to obtain. He suggests that the hero can join the mining team and search for it in the spirit clan's demon cavern. However, he points out a major problem: the hero's identity as someone associated with the demon clan. He explains that tensions between the races are worsening each day, and most spirit clan members now see other races as enemies and destroyers. To help the hero move more freely within the clan, the old man uses a form of magic on him which transforms his ears into cat-like ears, allowing him to stay in the territory for a while. Gan then asks why the old man is helping him so much. The old man explains that he is not helping him personally, but acting for the spirit clan's future. He says that if the vision he saw ever comes true, the hero must become strong enough to protect the spirit clan. Hearing this, our hero makes a promise that he will protect the spirit clan at any cost. The next day, he wakes up feeling dizzy after drinking too much alcohol the night before. As he regains his senses, he notices that he is sitting inside a mining cart, but he wonders how he ended up here. Soon after, the cart stops, and a man named Steward Pashi orders everyone to get ready, announcing that they have reached the destination, and it is time to start working. Seeing the hero, he understands that the hero is a newcomer, and orders him to move faster as well. When they arrive at the entrance of the demon cavern, our hero observes the surroundings, and realizes that the mining team is preparing to enter a space gate leading to a D-rank demon cavern. He knows that, just like the spatial gates in the human realm, stepping through it will transport them to another world filled with demon beasts. In his previous life, he often entered such caverns to grow stronger. As the team prepares to enter, several members ask Princess Patong to stay behind for safety. However, she refuses, saying that her royal father constantly restricts her life in the palace. She complains that it was already difficult to sneak out, and now they are even trying to control her actions. She insists that she is a C-rank mage and can easily handle the D-rank demon monsters. The guy steward eventually agrees to bring her along, but he instructs Gan and another team member to stay close and protect the princess throughout the mission. At this moment, the hero notices that the cavern is a low-level area, but he still senses a strange and dangerous presence within it. He understands that demon caverns are usually filled with low-level demon beasts, similar to wild animals in the human world. Most of these beasts have no intelligence and cannot leave the cavern, so they are often treated as nothing more than experience points for other races. While he is thinking this, the princess suddenly casts her magic and instantly defeats the first monster, to which everyone gets surprised by her strength. However, another monster appears right after and attacks Steward Arm badly. The group gets shocked when they see that this creature is a humanoid-type demon beast. Our hero also realizes that in a normal D-rank demon cavern, the strongest boss is usually only a low-tier C-rank creature. However, the appearance of a B-rank monster means something is seriously wrong in this cavern. He also remembers the old man's warning that the disguise magic on him will only last for a maximum of 3 days. During this time, he must avoid using his powers recklessly, because even a small use of his abilities can weaken the disguise and shorten its duration. Because of this, he hopes the mining team can handle the humanoid monster on their own. At that moment, the monster launches a powerful attack. The entire team combines their strength, and by activating a defensive skill, they successfully block the strike. However, the princess realizes that defense alone is not enough, and they must defeat the monster together. She uses her magic to create a spike that pierces through the monster's chest. Getting the opening, one of the team members quickly moves in and cuts off the monster's head. The team celebrates their victory, thinking the unexpected boss appeared early but was still defeated successfully. However, our hero senses something is wrong as he knows that this was not the real boss. Suddenly, 4 more powerful monsters emerge from the shadows to attack the mining team. Seeing the monsters, the entire team gets scared and the princess apologizes to everyone, saying that the situation is her fault. They all struggle to think of a new strategy, since they have already used most of their strength defeating the previous monster, and now even more enemies have appeared. At that moment, all 4 monsters leap forward and give some strikes, to which the team members fall down. The guy steward tries to protect the princess, but one of the monsters grabs both of them and slams them into the ground. Now only Gan and 1 remaining team member are left. The last team member rushes forward and fights with all his strength. Our hero then decides to act, and by activating his skill, he summons an A-rank golem, which instantly cuts down one of the monsters. Doing so, he thinks that he has only used a small amount of his power, so it should not significantly affect his disguise. Seeing the golem, the princess asks the team boy if he was the one who summoned it. The team boy believes it is his own power and orders the golem to eliminate the remaining monsters. The hero decides to stay silent and lets the misunderstanding continue. He mentally instructs the golem to obey the team boy's commands. The golem accepts the order and by using its sword skills, it cuts down the remaining 3 monsters in an instant. The princess feels impressed and says that the team boy's strength is more than enough to join her father's crusade team. The rest of the team also feels relieved and celebrates their victory. However, Gan feels a dangerous aura coming from the deepest part of the cavern. Suddenly, the ground begins to collapse and the entire team is pulled down beneath the surface. When they look around, they get shocked to see a massive army of demon monsters standing before them, including a powerful boss monster. The boss monster recognizes the princess's identity, to which the princess feels confused about how it knows who she is. The monster then orders everyone to sit before him in respect. When one of the team members refuses to agree, the monster uses a powerful magic attack, severely injuring him and forcing him to sit down against his will. Seeing this, the princess realizes that this enemy is far more dangerous than anything they have faced before. When the team boy tries to summon the golem again, the monster burns his hand instantly. Our hero also questions how a demon beast from the cavern knows the princess, and he senses that the monster's power is far beyond expectations. He suspects that this creature may be connected to the evil clan as well. As the monster prepares to attack the princess, our hero steps in and blocks the strike with his hand very easily. He then reveals to the princess that the golem they relied on earlier was actually summoned by him, not the team boy. He also assures her that he will now take action and help them defeat this boss monster as well. Seeing the hero's movement, the boss monster orders his underlings to attack him. The hero understands that using too much power could shorten the duration of his disguise and risk exposing his identity too soon. Because of this, he pulls out his sword and decides to fight using only this weapon. With a single strike, he instantly defeats the incoming monsters, to which the boss monster gets surprised and throws a massive invisible rock at him. The attack causes much destruction across the area, but once the dust settles, the monster gets shocked to see that the hero is completely unharmed. The boss then releases a strange energy over his underlings, causing them to enter a berserk state and rush toward the hero all at once. Seeing this, the hero realizes the boss may be similar to those possessed by the evil clan, as he seems able to enhance his followers' strength in this way. However, because our hero is also powerful, he swiftly cuts down all of the monsters very easily. The boss monster feels confused as none of his attacks seem to affect the hero. He uses another ability to absorb the remaining power of his underlings and increases his own strength. At that moment, the hero notices a soul-summoning grass growing in the area, the very flower he came to the spirit clan to find. The boss monster claims that his power has now reached a higher level, but our hero gives a single strike and cuts down the boss monster's head instantly. The hero then picks up the flower, feeling satisfied that he has found it so easily in this territory. Seeing this all, the mining team is totally confused about how such a powerful monster has been defeated so quickly. However, they realize the danger is not over, as several underlings are still alive. The hero orders the mining team to bend down. When they follow his command, he gives another single sword strike and wipes out the remaining demon monsters as well. Seeing this, the princess remarks that her tribe truly has a man as powerful as the hero, so there is no need for them to fear anything. Afterward, everyone travels toward the palace in carriages. The hero feels bad about the earlier battle and thinks he acted too quickly out of excitement when he saw the flower and defeated the boss monster without asking which faction he belonged to. Because of this, he is still unsure whether the enemy was part of the evil clan or not, and he decides that the spirit clan should be warned in the future. Meanwhile, the princess has invited him to meet their supreme leader. Since leaving the cave, she is still blushing, clearly affected by what happened. The princess recalls a prophecy told by an elder when she was young. It said that after she comes of age, she will meet a white horse prince who will save the spirit clan. She then asks the hero his name, but the hero gives a false name, Pindao. Talking to each other, they eventually reach the palace. The hero gets surprised when he sees the magnificent structure built high above a massive tree. They move forward to meet the leaders inside. He also thinks that the spirit clan has always been a very secretive race. Throughout both the human era and the demon era, very little information about them has been known. The only knowledge he has comes from his fiancée Liangna, who only lived here during her childhood, and also does not know much about the clan. They then head to the upper part of the giant tree using a ladder made of hanging mushrooms. The hero notices two kings seated there. One is the princess's father, and the other is her uncle. The princess introduces the hero to them and explains that he saved them from the demon cavern. One of the kings questions how they ended up facing such danger in a D-rank demon cavern. He says he has warned them many times not to act recklessly, adding that if the sea spirits cannot handle land matters, they should leave it to him instead. The hero then explains the situation, that the monsters in the cavern were abnormal. Normally, only D-rank creatures appear in a D-rank cavern, but they encountered B-rank monsters there and even an A-rank boss. Because of this, he suspects interference from other races. He also observes that the king's warrior is clearly an elite among elites, likely around S-rank level at most based on appearance. The hero warns that if the evil tribe has truly found a way into spirit tribe territory, the spirit clan must prepare for a full-scale war. Hearing this, the fatty king starts laughing and also argues with the other king over the territory they have divided between them. While they are busy in this, the hero suddenly notices that his disguise is starting to wear off, as one of his arms has revealed its true form. He thinks to himself that he has already completed his mission as instructed by his master. He has rescued the spirit clan members from the demon cavern and warned their leaders about the possible danger ahead. Because of this, he decides it is time to leave the palace, as he does not want his true identity to be exposed. Just as he turns to leave, the princess stops him. She says that her father has not yet rewarded him for his help, and she also has something she wants to give him. She firstly apologizes to him for her father and uncle's behavior, and then she hands him her own sea spirit stone, saying that someone as powerful as him cannot be restricted by her. However, as long as he carries the jade stone, he can freely pass through any territory governed by the sea spirits. After leaving the palace, our hero realizes that he has informed the spirit clan of everything necessary and successfully obtained the soul summoning grass. He considers that only one task remains. He will visit his father-in-law's grave to pay his respects before returning. Meanwhile, the old man, Princess Liangna's father, says that he has made all necessary preparations and that it is time for him to proceed toward the final battle. On the other hand, the Spirit Clan army chief reports to one of the Spirit Clan kings that their S-rank adventurer team has been defeated once again. He warns that the danger level may now exceed the war that occurred 15 years ago. He suggests contacting the Eastern Sea Spirit Tribe to discuss the situation. However, the king refuses the idea and says that since the demon cavern appeared within their own territory, they must handle it themselves. He then orders the deployment of their strongest task force to investigate exactly what is happening inside the demon cavern. At this moment, the king's son, the prince, arrives and says he also wants to join the war. He explains that a man named Ajin is among the adventurers, and he needs to find him there. The king gets worried to hear this. He knows how dangerous the place is, and does not want his son to go there under any circumstances. However, the prince does not agree and insists that he must uncover what is happening inside the cavern. Soon after, the prince and the army chief arrive at the entrance of the demon cavern with their team. They remark that this is the first time a completely black cavern entrance has appeared in this region. When they enter, they notice that the entrance behind them disappears instantly. Looking around, they realize that a fierce battle has taken place recently, as only scattered monster corpses remain. Feeling confused about the missing Spirit Clan members, they suddenly sense danger. A humanoid monster leaps out from behind to attack them. The army chief reacts quickly and cuts off its head. However, to his shock, the monster is still alive and strikes the chief's neck. At this moment, they realize the monster is not alone. Many more appear around them. They also recognize that these creatures were once members of their own adventurer team who disappeared in the demon cavern, and now they have been transformed into monsters as well. Suddenly, something strange starts happening to the army chief. His body starts showing signs of transformation into a monster, and he warns the prince that if even one of these creatures bites him, he will also become infected. Because of this, the chief tells the prince to escape immediately. He casts a protective magic and transfers a shield effect to the prince to keep him safe. After that, the chief pulls out his sword, and knowing that he will soon lose control, he chooses to sacrifice himself to protect the prince. At this moment, the prince notices that Ajin has also been transformed into a monster. Just as the creature is about to strike him, the old man suddenly arrives and saves the prince by defeating it. The old man tells the prince to wake up and face reality. He says that everyone in the spirit tribe who has gone inside has turned into an enemy. He explains that this power does not belong to the spirit tribe, and instead resembles some form of dark magic. If they do not quickly discover its source, the entire spirit tribe may face a disaster similar to the one that occurred 15 years ago. Meanwhile, the hero reaches the immortal demon realm's Mount Everest, where he finds his father-in-law's grave. However, he gets shocked when he sees the photo on the tombstone. The person in the picture is none other than the same old man he met a few days earlier. At that moment, an old woman arrives and says it has been more than 10 years since anyone visited this place. The hero asks her about the owner of the grave. The old woman feels relieved, thinking that someone in the world still remembers this man. The hero then asks whether it is true that the old man is still alive. He also recalls what his fiancée Liangna once told him about her family. She said her mother is a human princess with royal blood, while her father is the strongest general of the spirit tribe. 20 years ago, during the war between humans and spirits, they met, fell in love, and devoted themselves to each other. Her mother then gave up her identity as a princess and entered the spirit realm, even though humans were not welcomed there. Her father also abandoned his position as general and chose to live with her mother on a remote mountain, far away from others. Liangna has only a few broken memories of her father. She remembers that they once lived happily together on the highest peak of the immortal demon realm, and it was the happiest time of her life. However, when she was only 3 years old, a sudden war broke out 15 years ago and destroyed everything. To fight the demon faction, her father had no choice but to return to the battlefield. At the same time, her mother received urgent news that a major war had also started in the human world. Her mother's only brother died in battle, and as the last heir, she was forced to return to maintain the royal order. Even though she had left her family for love, she could never fully let go of them in her heart. After Liangna's father left for war, months passed without any news. Her mother could only leave a final letter before rushing back, but no one expected that this farewell would become permanent. 2 years after returning to the human realm, Liangna's mother receives news that the spirit tribe has taken control of the realm. However, all frontline troops are lost, including her husband, General Hao Ling. In the following 2 years, her health continues to decline. By the time she passes away, she is unable to visit her husband's grave in the immortal demon realm. Recalling these memories, our hero Gan realizes that Liangna's father is still alive, but he likely has lost his memories. The old woman then explains what happened. 13 years ago, she found General Hao Ling while collecting sea herbs. She took him in, and when he finally woke up, he had lost almost all of his memories. The only thing he could clearly say was that he wanted to go home and reach the highest place. Following his request, she brought him here. There, he saw the tombstone built by an old soldier from his army, and only then did he learn his true identity and name. Explaining everything, the old woman leads the hero to the old man's home. While searching inside, the hero finds a book containing letters written to the old man by his beloved mother. While reading the letters, the hero asks the old woman whether the general usually keeps his house this clean. The old woman replies that this is actually the first time she has ever seen it so tidy, as the general never normally does such work. Hearing this, the hero gets totally surprised and leaves the house immediately to complete an urgent mission. He summons his thunder dragon and starts riding it to search for the old man as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, General Hao Ling continues fighting inside the demon cavern, where he has already defeated many monsters. When the entrance gate opens, he orders the prince to leave and inform everyone to prepare for a full-scale war. The prince insists that the general should come with him, since he is a key warrior for the spirit tribe. However, the general refuses and explains that endless waves of dark monsters are still appearing inside, so he must go deeper and find their source to stop them. At the same time, the hero commands his thunder dragon to track the general's presence. He cannot allow the general to die now, especially knowing that his daughter still loves him. He thinks that he once failed to stop a similar catastrophe in his past life, but this time he refuses to allow any regrets. He also feels something strange because in his knowledge of the future, 6 years from now, the spirit tribe is still supposed to survive until the very end. No other race ever steps into the immortal demon realm up until the time the hero himself dies. The hero wonders that in this timeline, the spirit tribe may have been involved in an unknown war, and that someone might have successfully protected certain key individuals. Meanwhile, General Howling defeats more monsters with his powerful sword. However, he soon notices that the number of enemies is increasing rapidly. He also discovers a strange dimensional gate from which the monsters are emerging. He realizes that the monsters are using a dimensional pathway from another world to enter the spirit tribe's demon cavern. The cavern itself is not their final target, as their real objective is to pass through it and invade the spirit tribe. Understanding the situation, the general decides that he must enter the dimensional gate himself to locate the source of the threat. Once he steps inside, he finds many powerful monsters located there, and also an evil being controlling them all with some dark magic. Meanwhile, in the civilian district of the Spirit Clan, multiple S-rank monsters start attacking innocent civilians. At that moment, the fatty king of the Spirit Clan arrives and strikes one of the monsters down with his powerful hammer. Soon after, the second king, Paley, also appears. An informant reports to him that only a few villagers remain, as most have already been defeated by the sudden monster attacks. The enemies appeared without warning, and the warriors had no time to respond. The fatty king apologizes to Paley, saying that if he had shared the information earlier, the situation might not have become this severe. However, the second king orders him not to blame himself and says, "This is not the time for regret." Hearing this, the fatty king immediately commands the warriors to report their remaining combat strength. A soldier reports that all S-rank fighters are already deployed, but fewer than 10 are still active. While they are talking, more powerful monsters suddenly appear. The fatty king orders everyone to take cover, saying that he will handle the fight by himself. The second king tries to stop him, but the fatty guy says that both of them know the spirit tribe has endured countless hardships to survive until now. He adds that at the very least, one of the two branches of their tribe must live on. Saying this, he leaps forward and attacks one of the monsters. As he fights, he thinks that the age when a god would appear to save them is long gone. But then suddenly, our hero Gan arrives on his dragon and immediately strikes down a monster with his powerful sword attack. Seeing him, the fatty guy asks who he is, as he does not appear to be from the spirit tribe. The hero replies that he had already warned them long ago to prepare for a full-scale war. The fatty man acknowledges the hero's strength but says there are too many powerful monsters for one person to handle alone. However, the hero uses his ability to summon multiple golems to fight the monsters. Seeing this, the fatty guy and the others get completely shocked, believing the hero might be a god sent to assist them. The hero assures them that his golems are enough to handle the beasts for now. He then tells them to take him to the source where these monsters are coming from. After that, they finally lead the hero to the cavern entrance. The fatty guy remarks that this is the same place from which his son managed to escape. He explains that observation teams are stationed across all demon caves in the immortal demon realm, and reports have already come in from at least 5 caves confirming that monsters are emerging from within. The hero asks whether anyone else entered this cavern with the fatty guy's son. The guy confirms that others did, but only his son managed to return. The hero then thinks that when he descended the mountain and scanned the battlefield earlier, he did not find any trace of his father-in-law, General Hao Ling. This means that the general must have entered this cavern at a different time than the fatty guy's son. This is why the hero decides to enter the cavern to investigate personally. The others try to stop him, but the fatty man declares that the hero is like a divine being sent to them, just as in the great battle more than a decade ago. He insists that they must trust him and follow his lead at any costs. When they all enter the cavern, they get shocked to see the same type of monsters they had already fought outside still appearing inside as well. Seeing the situation, our hero Gan pulls his powerful sword and with a single strike, he cuts down multiple monsters instantly. As they move forward, the fatty king notices that several of his team members, including the chief who entered the cavern earlier, have also turned into monsters. The chief then activates a demon transformation technique, changing into a far more powerful form than before. Seeing this, the fatty king explains that according to legend, at the beginning of the world there were only 2 factions, humans and demons. He says that demons originally operated through demon caves. However, due to magical influence and environmental changes, they evolved rapidly and eventually split into 3 intelligent races. This is how the current spirit tribe, demon tribe, and evil tribe came into existence. However, with intelligence, their raw power also declined. He then adds that a forbidden technique known as demon armor transformation later began spreading in certain regions. This technique can multiply a user's strength several times in an instant. However, it comes with some cost, that the user loses their true sense of self and memories. While the king is explaining, the hero suddenly gives a single strike and defeats the chief along with several nearby monsters instantly. After that, he orders the king and the others to leave the cavern immediately. He warns them that if they are wounded by the monster's poison, they will also transform into monsters. He adds that due to some form of dark magic, The defeated creatures may rise again at any moment. The king agrees and prepares to retreat. The hero thinks to himself that he recognizes the nature of this power. He remembers a person who once used similar dark magic. In his previous life, that individual was the only SSS rank dark mage he ever encountered. Meanwhile, in the evil tribe territory, General Hao Ling struggles in battle against the same SSS rank mage, Hei Mu. The mage tells him there is no need to resist so much, as he has come fully prepared this time. The mage recalls the moment 13 years ago when he first encountered the old man. At that time, the old man activated his demon transformation skill and delivered a powerful strike. Because of that attack, the mage's left arm cut down instantly. Remembering this, the mage says he was defeated back then only because of the old man. The wound he suffered still reminds him every day of his desire to destroy the entire spirit tribe. Because of this, he searched for a long time and eventually discovered this land, where spirit tribe members cannot fully use their abilities. He explains that even if the old man has broken through SS rank and reached L rank, he still cannot use his full power here. He adds that the dimensional gates in this area connect the spirit tribe and the evil tribe, allowing evil creatures to continuously enter spirit territory. While the mage is talking, the old man replies that he does not remember anything the mage is talking about. However, the mage ignores him completely and decides to kill him on the spot. As he prepares to strike, a shadowy figure suddenly appears and says that they have come to seek cooperation with the spirit tribe. He apologizes to the old man for the past conflicts, but says the spirit tribe is already far behind in development. He explains that opening up to external cooperation would benefit everyone. The old man responds that they once raised an army to attack the spirit tribe 15 years ago, and now they are secretly opening portals to send demons into spirit territory. He says this does not look like cooperation at all. The shadowy thug replies that this is only the first step of cooperation. He claims the world is cruel by nature and requires constant evolution. According to him, survival depends on the strongest. Those without value, whether from the spirit tribe, demon tribe, or human tribe, are meant to be eliminated. Hearing this, the old man refuses to cooperate, and by activating his demon transformation skill again, he prepares to fight them. Seeing this, the mage gets stunned about how the old man is able to use skills in a territory where spirit tribe members are supposed to be unable to activate their powers. He then realizes that the old man's ability is extremely strong, powerful enough to potentially destroy all the dimensional gates in the area. While activating his technique, the general suddenly gets back his lost memories. He remembers that he once had a beautiful wife and a loving daughter. However, he feels sad because he knows he may never see his daughter again. Using the demon transformation means he will likely die after defeating his enemies. As he is thinking this, the mage suddenly pulls out his sword and leaps forward to attack. Just then, our hero Gan arrives at the right moment and punches the mage in the face, to which the mage falls back. Because of this, the old man's demon transformation is also stopped. The hero calls the old man father, and thinks to himself that the future spirit tribe survives the oppression of the evil tribe, just because this old man repeatedly sacrifices himself to protect them during critical moments. The hero thinks that the spirit tribe is able to remain strong and full of life today because of this old man. Hearing the word father, the old man assumes the hero is his daughter. However, the hero clarifies that he is not his daughter, but someone who is about to become his son-in-law. At that moment, the mage stands up again and summons more monsters to attack the hero. The old man becomes worried, as he has already exhausted his stamina from using the demon transformation skill. The hero reassures him that he can handle the situation easily. He then leaps forward and starts fighting the monsters. When a monster tries to attack the old man from behind, our hero's pet dragon appears and instantly cuts it down. The dragon tells the hero to focus on the main fight, assuring him that it will protect the old man from any danger. Seeing the hero's strength, the mage activates his demon armor transformation as well. As a result, the surrounding monsters also enter a berserk state. The hero realizes that the monsters cannot be permanently killed. As long as the mage remains alive, they will continue to revive again and again. Understanding this, he moves toward the mage and cuts him in half with a single strike. However, to his surprise, the mage's body regenerates immediately, and he even creates clones of himself. The mage then strikes the hero in the chest, but the wound is instantly healed by the hero's regeneration ability. Each time the hero slashes the mage, more clones appear, making the situation increasingly difficult. Seeing this all, our hero gets a plan. He drags the mage into the demon's life-ending domain, a place where he once played a gambling game with a demon. Inside this domain, the mage's clones disappear, and he is forced back to his normal form. The demon appears and announces that neither of them can use their abilities here anymore, and it is a place where they must bet their lives. The demon summons a huge spinning wheel marked with 1,000 numbers and divided into 2 colors. This means both the hero and the mage must choose one color. The hero selects the red side and then uses all the remaining lifespan of his body to purchase 499 numbers on the wheel. Seeing this, the mage gets angry and claims that it is unfair. The demon then asks the hero if he is certain about using up his entire lifespan, warning that if he loses, he will lose everything he has worked for so far. The hero replies that he understands the risk very well, but he has been waiting for this moment for a long time. While they are talking, the mage tries to attack the hero, but the demon stops him and says he cannot act on his own in this place. The demon then spins the wheel and releases a marble onto it. Meanwhile, outside the domain, General Hao Ling notices that all the normal monsters suddenly start collapsing on their own. This means that the hero has defeated the mage inside. When the hero returns from the demon's domain, the general feels good to see him safe, and now he understands how powerful the hero truly is. At this moment, the senior thug's shadow appears again. He says that since the mage has been defeated, he will personally take command of the evil tribe's army. The hero comments that he cannot do that because he is not truly part of the evil tribe and is only someone hiding among others. The hero then strikes the shadow and warns that he will come for him later. After that, the hero orders his pet dragon to take the general out of the area safely. The old man asks what the hero plans to do next. The hero starts activating his demon transformation again and says he will stay behind to deal with the evil tribe forces that are expected to arrive. The old man says that the hero belongs to the demon tribe and should not sacrifice himself for the spirit tribe. However, the hero clarifies that he is doing this to protect the old man, who is very important to him as his fiance's father. He then returns the powerful sword to the general, saying it belongs to him. As the transformation completes, the hero states that he will finish what the previous generations were unable to accomplish. Meanwhile, in the spirit tribe, the hero's golems defeat all remaining monsters very easily. Once the danger is over, the people notice that the golems start breaking apart and disappear on their own. Inside the demon cavern, the dragon safely brings General Hao Ling to the spirit tribe kings. The kings feel relieved to see that he is still alive. Shortly after, all the portals inside the cavern that once connected the evil tribe and the spirit tribe completely vanish. This confirms that the spirit tribe has survived yet another major crisis. Later, the general prepares to leave the spirit tribe. Before departing, he meets the old woman who once saved his life and thanks her for everything she has done for him. At the Flame Kingdom's demon tribe continent, the remaining evil soldiers try to kidnap a child and escape. However, a human suddenly appears and saves the child by killing them all just as before. The child thanks him, and the man says they must continue searching for the hero Gon. In the end, all disasters that were about to strike both the demon and spirit tribes are ended. However, the hero disappears without a trace and can no longer be found anywhere in the world. Meanwhile, the lady who once fought the hero in the tournament is still busy training alone. She thinks that in 3 years, the Yun Kingdom will host a sports meet, and she will challenge the hero again in that event. 3 years later, in the rebuilt Yun Kingdom, participants from many places gather for the tournament. Queen Bingi of the Yun Kingdom also takes part and hopes to meet the hero someday. At the same time, several women are arguing among themselves over warrior Wujun. One of them claims she will win both the tournament and the warrior's heart. She also tells another woman to forget about him, saying that the warrior has left the Yun Kingdom for an important task. The Yun Kingdom's army general sits in the crowd and watches everything. He feels satisfied seeing how peaceful the world has become, all thanks to the hero's efforts. Meanwhile, warrior Wu Jun arrives in the Shenghua Kingdom of the human tribe. Looking around, he feels amazed to finally see the human world for the first time. Soon after, the vice captain of the human hunters, Wen Hua, arrives to receive him. He introduces himself and requests the warrior to get into the car, as someone is waiting for him for a long time. Meanwhile, our hero Gan has returned to his human life again. He asks his manager whether all the preparations are complete. The manager confirms that everything is ready, and says that this is the grandest banquet the Holy Nation has hosted in more than a decade. He adds that all of the nation's military leaders will be attending the event. At the same time, warrior Wujun arrives at the venue to meet the hero. Seeing the beautiful arrangements, he realizes that the hero is now living a very luxurious life. In this banquet, 2 familiar thugs are also present. They remark that the hero must possess tremendous influence to gather so many important figures for his wedding. One of them jokes that the hero is a hopeless romantic who ended up falling in love with the nation's queen. Soon, a servant brings warrior Wujun to the hero's room. Seeing him, the hero gets amazed and thanks him for accepting the invitation to attend the wedding. Afterward, all the guests gather at the stage, and the wedding ceremony begins. The host introduces the hero and his bride, Liangna, to the audience. He explains that both of them are the supreme leaders of the nation's military forces. He says that they have known each other since childhood and have always supported and trusted one another. Together, they have handled countless hardships and challenges throughout the years. Through those experiences, they have realized that each of them is the other's true partner. Saying this, the host invites Hao Ling, Princess Liangna's father, to bring his daughter onto the stage and place her hand into the hand of his future son-in-law. When the general does so, the crowd erupts into cheers. The hero then promises his wife that he will always protect her and never allow her to face hardship alone again. At the same time, the hero thinks about the events of the past 3 years. Every lead has been investigated, and a complete list of those secretly working with the evil tribe has been gathered. During these years, he and his allies have carefully laid a trap to expose the traitors. Now, he is certain that not a single collaborator within the human tribe will escape justice. Meanwhile, the two thugs attending the banquet drink their wine. Then suddenly, they feel something strange happening to their bodies. They realize that they have fallen into a paralysis trap, and it becomes clear to them that from the moment they entered the manor, the hero had been observing and investigating them. Warrior Woojun then approaches the two men and declares that they are the true traitors who have been secretly aiding the evil tribe from the very beginning. This means they are responsible for all the chaos that has affected the various races. At this moment, the host announces that the hero and Liangna are now officially united in marriage, and requests to do their first kiss. While the guests are enjoying the wedding celebration, Warrior Woojun arrests the two traitors and brings them away without causing a disturbance. The hero then thinks about everything that has happened. He knows that conflicts between the tribes may never truly end, but he has already gained what matters most to him, his wife Liangna. Meanwhile, the hero's demon body is still in the demon territory and is watching the actions of his human body through a television. Feeling bored, he remarks that it has been 3 years since the hero used the soul summoning grass to be reborn in a human body. During that time, the hero has only returned to visit a few times. He jokes that if he had known this would happen, he would have preferred to remain as a system and stay by the hero's side. The giant demon beside him comments that if he were not here to keep him company, he would be even more bored than he is now. The hero's demon body then says that all the hardships and battles are finally over. From now on, everyone should enjoy the happiest moments of their lives, just as Gan and Liangna are doing.